Rocking and fucking rolling and fucking rocking and fucking rolling and fucking
Good afternoon. How are we all doing? This is nice calming music. Unlike the morning with Summer. She's crazy. 3-year-olds. Almost 3-year-olds. 3-nagers. Flipping heck. Anyway. What are we on? Monday, isn't it? Brand new week. Hopefully a week where we will see 4.1.1 go live. I personally think we will, 07. I think by the end of this week, they will have it live, hopefully with no new crazy problems. Anyway, let's see who's here first and foremost. Sandman, Deacon, Ralthan, Apoc, Rickan, Bert, thank you so much for the 9-month resub. Beers and Paddy, please. Daedalus, Johnny, Jones, Dendra, Binks, Ehawk, Eclipse, Gonji, Mighty Steed, Interitus, Rabsonic, Mr. Derp, Yubu, Sandman coming in with a tier 2, 94-month resub. Flippin' heck, 94 months. What's that? Like 20 odd years? Sweetheart, 07 everybody, and welcome. YouTube, we have Griff, JJ, David, Basehead, Ty, Hawk, 07. I'm super tired. For some reason, last night I couldn't sleep until gone 1. I don't know why, there was no reason for it, I just couldn't. So I wound up, waking up at when Summer gets up, which is about 6 o'clock. Just tired eyes like that. It's like, oh, flipping heck. So we're coffeeing all day long. Space Marine, Night Kai, War Viper, Chris, 07. You've been there before. Yeah, I think we're in the thick of it right now. Usually, of late, I've been sleeping pretty well. So it's kind of annoying that I had a rough night last night. But it is what it is. It happens. Zuz, Lance, 07, Volos, Dark Lord, 07, welcome. It is a lovely day as well. Here's Johnny. Not as much sunshine, but it is 20 degrees, 18, 19, something like that. Yesterday was beautiful sunshine. Today is for the rest of the week. It's supposed to be pretty nice and warm. So, doing a lot of gardening, doing a lot in the garage, trying to get back on track with working out and so forth. Now that the weather is really nice, it just feels more drawn to do so. Raoul, 07, welcome. Someone I know was listening to you. They said your voice doesn't match what they imagined. I had to laugh. Yeah, we've heard that many times. Oh man, yeah. There was saying that there has been a couple of comments of late. Well, not of late, maybe in the last couple of months, where they're like, "You're exactly as I expected you to sound." It's like, what? Who are you? Rofus, welcome. 16 Celsius for the rest of the week. What we got? We got 18 today, highs of 19. Then we've got 22, 22, 23. Flipping heck. And then it drops again to about 15, 16, which I'll take it. You know, we've had a bit of sun and then a lot of cold, so I'm happy for it. It just makes me want to get into the garden, makes me want to get sorting stuff out. I'm walking around opening all the windows. Rachel's following me around, shutting them all again. Les, welcome. Nutmeg, welcome, guys. 07, still 28 degrees. Jones, flipping heck, I don't know how you do it. Feels good to be on the Welsh coast. Is it nice where you are then? Yeah, what a lovely week to spend all day inside working. Exactly. Oh, you're getting rain tomorrow. I bet you're looking forward to that, though, when it's so hot where you are. You look precisely as old and decrepit as I imagined. Yeah. Volos over on Twitch as well. Walking the dogs in the sun right now. 17 and a nice breeze. Nice. Been doing your garden this morning. About killed yourself in the heat. Yeah, so we've got like... I'm trying to get the lawn sorted again. Just overseeding. I need to get on there with my pressure washer on the, you know, the paving slabs and things, just to clean that up a bit because it's looking a bit nasty. The seating area as well at the bottom of the garden, just covered in bird poop, leaves, and all sorts of stuff. So I've got to get that sorted. But we've been growing a lot of our own veg, which right now we've got courgettes and I think tomatoes that need to sort of be introduced to the outside in the daytime and then brought in on the nighttime. So we're doing that for a couple of weeks. It's just nice to be out and about where the weather is lovely. It makes such a difference to my mood anyway. Not that I don't mind the rain and so forth. I love the rain. You've had, Nassau, you've had some crazy sun in Scotland as well. I remember one year camping in Scotland. Every time we've camped in Scotland, it's just been rain, snow, wind, literally in the same day, every day. And there was one year where it was like 20 degrees throughout the whole camp, and they shut down. It was at Glenfinnan area, Loch Shiel, and they'd shut down the railway, the old steam railway, because of forest fires. Forest fires in Scotland, like what? You've got 18 and 20 high, 8 lows. Oh, it's so nice, especially on an evening where if you get a chance to sit outside and just relax, it's so pleasant. Yeah, exactly, Nassau. I trimmed all the hedges. I've still got a couple of, I want to call them cotoneasters, cotoneaster trees, or whatever they call them, that I need to trim down, but they sort of border my neighbour, and it's like, oh, can I come over? You know, I did a lot of trimming of the hedges. I try and do it before the birds start nesting, and we've got a couple of pigeons now nesting in a California lilac, I think, like last year. Maybe the same ones. Gene, how you doing? L7. A genuine Scottish experience. Yeah, just squall after squall of different weather coming in. And then it's sunshine and you're like, what's going on now? It's all right, Gene. The plan today actually is not necessarily setting up a trading post. What I'm going to do is jump into 411 and just do some further testing of the off-grid viability for my YouTube series. So seeing at what range my ship is detectable, you know, the best course of action, basically, just sort of playing through it as I would in the videos and seeing how it goes while Deacon and APOC are testing the ranges with various ship types to see where my cutter with no components in it will, how close they'll need to be to detect it. 25-26. Oh, man. See, that's when it starts bordering on, this is going to kill me. You've been trekking Norway and Sweden last years, but want to visit Scotland soon. Definitely do it, Volos. I mean, don't get me wrong. Scandinavia, the places I have been in Scandinavia, which is Oslo and Stockholm, very nice, beautiful places. And I'm sure the countryside in those areas are just insanely beautiful. But I can speak for Scotland, and it is just amazing. The minute you get to just beyond Loch Lomond and you get to like Glencoe, and that's where you sort of meet the Highlands, and the mountains just suddenly explode. It's crazy. This video, Risto, in what way? Yeah, I'm looking forward to 411. I've kind of like, I'm at that point now where I'm a bit like that with 4.1. Not that it's anything wrong with 4.1. There's plenty wrong with it, but it's still a really enjoyable patch. But I'm just so intrigued to do the off-grid in 4.1.1 that I'm not really too bothered about 4.1 now. So hopefully this week we can get it out, because I want to get playing it again. Yeah, it's nice. That's it. 25-26. Not too bad if you're not doing anything physical in it. I would still sit in the shade though if I was in that weather, definitely. But I got my office nice and tidied. I actually sorted out a lot of stuff. I got a pegboard up for my camera gear. I've got the new coffee machine and coffee station set up. I need to sort out my shelving, but everything else is all tidied. Got this back wall where John Rain said that he will be passing my area from time to time because he has family nearby. So he's, JRDF guy. So he's going to pop by one day with some of these prints, these Star Citizen prints that he'd had for a while, big ones, to see if there's one that will cover that wall, basically, which will be cool. Yes, Trader Gator, how are you doing? Nerfing the Polaris shielding. I haven't heard anything about the shielding being nerfed. I know they've been adjusting the flight characteristics. But yeah, nothing in regards to the Polaris shields. Not that I've remembered hearing. Has anyone else heard anything? You haven't been to Pyro since it dropped. Was always a nullsec way back when... You were always in nullsec when playing Eve. It's definitely a place to check out. You know, Pyro, like anywhere, there's ups and downs depending on what you're doing and where you are, but you can generally be fine in a lot of situations, even in Pyro. But saying that, when the game is finished, you know, like 1.0, not finished, but, you know, like released, everywhere will feel different. And that's not to say that Pyro will become immediately worse or better, or Stanton will come worse or better. It just means we'll have more systems, not planetary systems, but, well, including planetary systems, but game systems and mechanics that will have people spreading around. They will be limited to certain things in certain places and so forth. But yeah, I like Pyro. I really enjoy it there. But yeah, the handyman missions, I've tried a few when they first dropped the patch where they re-enabled them, and they worked fine. Although there was one that I couldn't reach because of a mantling issue, but not the mission itself. I think the issue is when we are less than a week out from a patch, if you're into certain loops like mining, you kind of back away. Yeah, to avoid the... I think, yeah, not even just mining. Like you say, it's... When you've got a new one coming and it's on the cusp of releasing, you just don't feel that draw to play the current because the new is there. I feel that way anyway, so... Yeah, but yeah, obviously with refinery jobs and so forth, even more so. Drop some hard truths on your opinions on Pyro. Eh? Oh, me, just then. Does it feel big enough for all the outlaw types? Not necessarily, because it's not about how big the system is, it's about where the concentration of players are. And a lot of the dangers can come from just going to a point of interest, which most players will do. Like, for example, me off-gridding at Sunset Mesa, Jackson Swamp, it's quite a busy place, so there's a good chance that if I bump into someone, they're going to be hostile. So I'll have to be very careful. But it's big enough that I can hide there and not be seen. So there's a lot of, like, facets to it, you know, and it's never going to be as black and white as Pyro's dangerous, Stanton's safe. There is a big grey merge of both, and that will continue to develop and change as more systems like AI get better, security systems, bounty hunting, all, you know, more punishing consequences for death and so forth. There's so much to it to come. Colo Flood 07, welcome. So they swapped the shield to be the same as the A90 jump shield, from my understanding. So it got halved. Okay, but all shields have new stats and HP pool, recharge time, and stealth properties. But saying that, Flymo, welcome. They haven't gone through and balanced the shields like they did with the quantum drives. You know, recently the quantum drives got a whole re-establishment of, is that the right word? Of different traits and abilities and behaviors and trade-offs, and no other component has had that yet, you know, when it comes to engineering, and they will all be getting that soon. When engineering starts rolling out, every single component will be treated similar to how the quantum drives have, where they will be completely redone anyway. So always, and this is the thing that always gets me when people are like, did they nerf this? Did they, but you know, they're not nerfing or buffing anything. They're balancing everything. And they will continue to do so. But until everything is at that sort of a baseline, and then they start adding all the different traits and so forth, it isn't going to make much sense right now anyway. So I just kind of, like, don't buy and sell your fleet purely based on just a balancing change, because things will fall back into place and you will probably be like, I wish I'd kept that ship, like a lot of people do. Merxin, welcome, thank you for the follow. I mean, obviously do what you like with your money, with your fleet, but don't be so bipolar with the whole reactions to nerfing and buffing, because it is going to be a continuous thing until 1.0 and then somewhat slightly beyond even. I wouldn't be surprised. I have no idea what is fixed and what is still broken. There's a few things that are potentially fixed. Some things that may have been really broken. Alaskan Strat, welcome. Bear Normal, how you doing? Welcome. You live, and I've been up all night because I was brutally forced to watch the camping video. Wait, wasn't that like 2 days ago? That wasn't recent, was it? That was... You should have slept since then, surely. You went to bed, though, didn't you? I bet you went to bed. I bet you went to sleep. But thank you for watching the video. I haven't responded to all the comments yet. Latest camping video is up, by the way, so if you are interested in that, you can check it out. Exclamation camping? Camping, I think. G-Sharp, welcome. Solegs, welcome. I won't test the game until they provision a PTU in the EU region because of the lag and the false bugs I pick up on. Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, everything is fixed, and then it's also broken. You stopped mining for many reasons, but the complexity and lack of rocks, not to mention when they made it to... So the saddlebags blew off easily if a rock explodes. Oh dear, yeah, fair enough. Welcome, S7. Yeah, I'm having a great day. Any thoughts on component rebalancing in the PTU, i.e. military components becoming more meta? I don't know if there's been much in terms of balancing beyond, like, we've just spoken about the Polaris there with its shields. To me, I don't feel like shields and every component barring quantum drives are going to get any more sort of tweaking and balancing until they bring out the engineering system. They may do what they did with the quantum drives for, like, all the coolers and then eventually all the power plants, you know, as they approach deploying engineering, because they want to make sure that all of the components have all their specific traits and are balanced so that there are actual meaningful differences between them. So we should see that continue on, but I haven't heard anything in 4.1.1 about component rebalancing, aside from just various ships. Like, what I've noticed is certain ships with certain patches, you know, like we saw with the Valkyrie, we've seen it with the Herald, we've seen it with the Polaris. They just take a ship, do a lot of different balances and polishes with it, and then roll that out, and then they'll tackle another one. But yeah, in terms of like components specifically, not so much. Kerbal, how you doing? Welcome, by the way, though, Erms. Are you well, my friend? Just joined the org the other day, never got involved with one before. How do you all meet up organize? You want to get on Discord, Kerbal, and then when you're on Discord, go to the role request. Thank you so much, APOC Deacon, for setting up that whole role request thing. That saves me a lot of time because I don't see people needing that stuff. You know, if you're a patron or subscriber, an org member, let us know and we can change your roles. But yeah, go into Discord. And then keep an eye on the announcements channel, the looking for crew channel, the voice channels. There are often events happening. Not from myself, generally, unless I'm streaming. But, you know, a lot of people are putting together events in their own time and just calling for crew. And so just jump in and join in whenever you feel like it. 1,000 fixes from 4.1 to 4.1.1. I know they said 140 fixes for, you know, in 4.1.1 that were specific to 4.1. I know there's that much, which, you know, at the end of the day, there's a ton of fixes in that's the thing. I can't list them all. I can't remember barely any of them. When I'm put on the spot, especially. But there's a lot. They did just do that on the last patch to all shield classes at least. Every class got a pass. Oh, really? So does this include the like military grades, all that kind of stuff? Have they done that with shields then? Caveman, how you doing? Welcome. They increased the nose gun range on what ship? Yeah, it could have been Friday. Yes, I put it out Friday morning before I even started work. Now that's speed. Do you know, we've got different internet now. Well, we've got the same internet provider, but we've got a new hub and an extension hub here. I'm actually running the stream off of Wi-Fi. Because we had a wired connection going all the way down the stairs. And it was making me nervous with summer being around, of course. So, I haven't plugged it in. I've got a cable if I need it. So if we do start having horrendous like dips and so forth, like we usually do, then I can plug it in and find a way of routing it around the around my office. But yeah, we're actually running off of Wi-Fi right now, so fingers crossed. The Gaming Tribunal, Scott, Alcatraz, Geesley, Kevsky, Deco the Gecko, 07 everybody, welcome. So they tweaked all classes of items. If you check SP Viewer, stealth got a slight nerf for shields, but competition and military got a pass across the board. Right, okay, well that's interesting. I don't know if they've done the exact same thing that they did with quantum drives, where they've really, you know, brought back all of the trade-offs and things, but they're definitely moving on with that kind of thing when they're, you know, to get ready for engineering, for the rollout of engineering. They've tweaked components a lot to get away from stealth parts and competition shields on every build. Yeah, I'll have to, if anyone's got a link to that ship performance viewer, please do link it. I haven't heard of that. Stevie Thunder, Ashra, anyone else? Marcon, as ever, welcome. Seen rumours that the Idris, the Paladin, the Perseus, the CAV, the Star Lance Attack, the Ironclad, and the Asgard are coming out at either... No, just rumours. The Idris isn't releasing until Squadron releases. That is going to be... There's going to be a tour, a bit like the Javelin, where you can tour it. The Paladin, maybe. I don't know, though. The Perseus, nope. The CAV, I doubt it. The TAC, most definitely, I would think. The Ironclad, I doubt it. Not till later. The Asgard, potentially. Do you mean there's the Grey Cat Mobile Tactical Center? That's one that I think is coming as well, as I sort of mentioned in my video. But a lot of that is just rumor. Griff, thank you so much for your 2-month channel membership, my friend. Let's collectively will... I mean, if the Ironclad comes at DefenseCon, I would be very happy. I actually forgot that the DefenseCon was Invictus. I thought the DefenseCon, I thought it was the November one. Not Invictus, the Ship Showdown, what's it called? I thought it was part of that. Gene, thank you for becoming a channel member as well, my friend. Let's get some more hearts out there, some beers and butter. So there is a potential the Ironclad could come for DefenseCon, but I highly doubt it. Yo, Jim, how you doing? Am I right that there was supposed to be a system that keeps my MFDs and its settings? Yes, that should be in place now on live. You should be able to, you know... The MFDs should persist from play session to play session. That's right, isn't it? I believe. Thank you, Kevsky. I have no idea, mate. Right now, the benefit of doing the camping videos where I go camping is it's a very short hike for me to get to, so I can set up and not be too far away from home. Going all the way to Wales is kind of a stretch with, you know, stuff going on. So that's why it's beneficial that I have somewhere close, because I can do it in a night and not be too far away from home. But yeah, one day it'll be great to go over to Wales and camp. Absolutely. Nicole, welcome. 07. GQ, 07. Yeah, IAE. I always thought DefenseCon was the IAE. So it never occurred to me that something could be coming along for DefenseCon in Invictus. But I can't imagine it's the Ironclad. I think that's... What was it last said about the Ironclad? Wasn't it in, like, just coming out of Grey Box or something? Let's have a look. This is from the monthly report. Don't know. But yeah, I didn't think the Ironclad was anywhere near being releasable. I mean, bear in mind this was last month. It could have been fast-tracked, but I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. But we'll see. You know, whatever they announce, they announce. Bradley's, thank you for the follow, by the way. I almost missed that one. As an Idris owner, I was getting a little excited about the rumours. Even Board Gamer was feeding into it, but happy to get it in 2026 at least. Yeah, it's, you know, not... At the end of the day, they said the same about the F8, and it came out. But with Squadron being so close to releasing, I think it is more likely that they will stick to the release when Squadron releases. There is likely going to be a Idris tour, where, you know, you can tour like an active duty Idris wherever it's being held, but yeah. Thank you, Gene. Kaza, welcome. Invictus launch week, military ships, which include defense. Yes, it does. It does. Nils X, welcome. Just put the house and land on the market, but it could take years to sell this kind of property. Hopefully, we will be here when you can make it one day. Well, I'm sure. Are you still staying in Wales? If not the Ironclad, best of luck selling it, by the way. If not the Ironclad, it may be strange. Yeah, I mean, it could be something. I would have thought it would be a good time to push out a new Drake ship, but I don't know what. Flopper, how you doing? Welcome. The MFDs keeps resetting for you as well. They don't save on the PU. Yeah, not through a claim, of course, but they should persist through just pulling your ship up and down from the hangar. Yeah, if you're claiming your ship, nothing will persist. Well, technically, you know what I mean, because you're getting a brand new ship. Yo, Mackie must. MFD settings like power, etc. seem to persist, but they get mixed up between sessions. Okay, yeah. One Bellissimo. How you doing? 07. Oh, okay, so Invictus launch week is fast approaching. Expect massive ships, memorable moments, and a few surprises along the way. That was last week's This Week in Star Citizen. So, what else could there be? I can't imagine it's the Perseus. Ironclad, it could be. Flipping heck, I hope so. That would be nice. Oh no, I think that it's not going to be the... Personally, I think it's going to be the Asgard that they're talking about, which is that fleet carrier, isn't it? It sounds like it's going to be quite a beefy ship for carrying things. I personally don't think it's going to be the Ironclad. I think the Asgard is going to be a big ship that is designed to carry some pretty hefty ships. Good morning, Tiberius. How you doing? That's true. They just released the Golem. With the new referral revamp, do you think Concierge is next? It could be. Yeah, whoever's working on that, if that's their next focus, you know, after the referral stuff, it certainly could. We could see some revamps to the Concierge things. But the referral program has been in need of an update for a long time, whereas the Concierge stuff has had somewhat regular updates here and there. One Bellissimo, thank you so much for the 37-month resub. Beers and party, please. Thank you so much. The Asgard shares too many files with the Valkyrie to be massive. Well, the thing is, it's... Obviously, we don't know the size of the Asgard, but it's supposed to be a ship that can carry the Navy's heavy hitters, right? That's what we've heard. It carries the Navy's frontline, or, you know, heavy hitters to the front line. Even if by heavy hitters it means a tonk, or it means a gladiator or whatever, we're still talking a sizable ship that should be bigger than the Valkyrie. So I'm very intrigued by what that means. Did it say plural massive ships? Maybe so. If it's an aircraft carrier of any kind, you will burn your BMM. Fair enough. I mean, it'll definitely come out quicker. We know that much. Your original thought was for the Asgard was a Pelican-style tank dropship. Could be. Virgil Titan suit dropship. Yeah, the heavy hitter Rock DS. You're starting over this way. It might still end up with some land, though, so may open another campsite, depending what's available. That would be cool, though. But yeah, obviously you do what you need to do, don't you? Best of luck with that, my friend. Yeah, it could just be an issue, Deco, where it's not transitioning over, I wonder. It's strange. Do we think the Kraken will be displayed? Yeah, for the holo. I think it'll still be a holo. Saying that, though, the old Kraken exterior was kind of done a while back for, like, 2017. But by now, that's such an old ship. And I think they're planning to do the Ironclad before they do the Kraken, just so that they've got, like, a... Well, I know they are, but just so that they've got, like, Sorry, I don't know. How can I? Just so they've got the proper art direction for it. Orbital Slingshot, how you doing? I guess so. I was confused by the Asgard being what it says it is, because Anvil already have the Liberator, so it is a bit of a crossover there. Rodrigo and Agent, thank you guys for the follow. Welcome. Tim, welcome. So move all your purchase ships to Planet Home until after update. Yeah, I would say, just for the sake of safety, storing them would be a good idea. Bertolin, welcome. Pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for enjoying my content. Much appreciated. Question. I've heard that the Argo raft is in the PTU, and it has almost 200 SEU of capacity. Yes, it's very true. So the Argo raft has been out for a while. It's in the PU as well. In the PTU, it's had an update, which is not yet in the live build, where they have taken away the cranes, and they have laid out a flat cargo bed, or cargo platform, where it can now hold 196 SEU, and it also has a tractor beam that is operated by the rear window crane operator seat to allow you to move them around. I don't know if the price has changed. I don't think so. I don't think it will, but, you know, you never know. Spunky Chicken, how you doing? Good afternoon. Welcome. We don't have to wait long until the reveal, since the Behind the Ships this week. That's true. That's going to be good. So, yeah, Behind the Ships, it's going to be talking about the the ILW. It just doesn't flow as easily. The Invictus Launch Week ships. So we will learn about, maybe not all of them. They will probably keep some as a surprise, but yeah, it's coming. Yeah, so it doubled in size and currently no price change. Do you think that is not going to be released at Invictus? Do you mean the raft? So when 4.1.1 goes live, which is probably going to be towards the end of this week, all of those changes with the cargo capacity and whatnot for the raft will be applied to the raft that is already live and available in the PU. So the PU 4.1 currently, you know, the live build currently has the current raft, which released. I can't even remember when it released, but it was a little while ago now. Yeah, all those changes are going to come over to live when 4.1.1 goes live, which is hopefully within the next week. Raze, thank you for all the hearts, by the way. How are you doing? Upgraded your cut to ASAP just in case. What do you mean? To what? Welcome, by the way. 07. 632 SEU. That could be the way that it's handled, yeah. The first Invictus Launch Week ship. Okay. Not all of them, then. The Gatak cargo ship, probably not going to see for a while. The railing, yeah. I don't even think that's in development at this time. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of scope for different ships, from aliens, from, you know, conventional human manufacturers as well. I'll say PTU was unplayable for you over the weekend. Quantum lock, personal hangar vanishing to the void, elevators not working at main cities. They've got some, oh boy. On that note, let's launch it and see how we get on. Hopefully, we're not dealing with all those issues as well. Oh boy. When does the IAE hit Evo? My guess, we don't know, but I suspect 411 will go live by the end of this week, all being well. And I presume that there will be a 412 that is the intended IAE patch. But for the testing focus that is not currently testing focus right now for 411, it does mention the Invictus halls. So they could do a bit of testing this week for the Invictus halls, but yeah, it won't go to the PTU until a bit closer, I suspect. I don't even think this patch is going to, you know, hit the Invictus stuff until later. Speaking of Drake, last night me and a friend got stranded in an asteroid base. Since our ship was killed, we spent an hour until we found a cutlass in bad shape and got yourselves home. Very nice. Look at that. Organic gameplay. I love it. Raze, thank you so much for the follow, mate. Much appreciated. Oh, you upgraded the cutter to the raft. Needed a dedicated cargo ship for my personal fleet. Love the look of the raft, but it was slightly edged out by other ships until it's reworked. Yeah, now it's definitely a good cargo option for a lot of people, I think. All right, I'll go in and then come back out again so that we can unlock the friends list. I'm going to go checkmate, because I'm going to be testing around Sunset Mesa. Dinas, good morning. How you doing? All right. Let's just jump straight back out again, and then we can team up APOC. Deke. Good afternoon, Quantum Kit. How you doing today? Russ, welcome. How many unannounced ships are in development right now? Oh, man. A lot. Maybe about 10. I don't know. Maybe more. Yes, I personally feel the same way, APOC. Eagle One, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Cowboy, welcome. Good afternoon to you. You was asking for the one more 32 SU container for the raft to make it not bed. CIG overcorrected a bit. And you're not complaining. I see, yeah. Oh, was that Siege of Orison? Oh, God, tired. Liang, welcome. What is the video that was... It could have been... Oh, no, that was... Yeah, that was Siege of Orison, wasn't it? But it was from the perspective of a influencer, I suppose, who went to Orison for whatever, you know. I think she was sponsored by Orison for whatever the reason. All right, let me just go to the menu, and then we'll do the party up, guys. Bum, bum, bum. This was all on the PTU, the quantum travel bug. Yeah, I think that's one of the top critical bugs, is it? Or is it blocker? Probably critical. No, Kevsky, I highly doubt it, mate. I don't know what we've got planned in June. I think we're going to Centre Parks for... That might be in June. But yeah, I won't be able to get down, mate. Alright, there you guys are. Right, I'm just going to, for now... I'll accept you all. It's fine. But right now, it's just teaming up with... Deacon and APOC just to do some testing, but you know, by all means, fly around the vicinity. Just don't give me away. Don't go like hovering over my ship and stuff. What time is it here, Gene? It is about 10 to 3. I do need a coffee. I need more coffees. I barely slept last night, unfortunately, and Summer is consistently waking up at 6 in the morning, which is fine because she's sleeping a good 12 hours. But it's just a little... It's like it's literally just an hour too early for me. It's the one in the Lake District. We haven't been to that one yet. School fines. What, for taking time off during school time? Flipping egg. Cheeky bastards. Eagle One, a pleasure to have you, my friend. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. They added all the salvage things needed for hand salvaging at the Pyro station now. No need to go to the Pyro gateway. And a lot of the stuff at... Oh, do you mean like the dedicated one? They also added, you know, RMC to the... what do you call it? Ground locations as well, which is good. So you can pick them up there. You could also just go and do a salvaging mission... And then you've got RMC to do the repair missions. Yeah, I'll be grabbing myself another coffee soon, don't you worry. I need plenty. Oh, today is the last day to get the TOBII if you're in the US at the, 15% off before it goes up. The sale does end today, so even if you're not in the US, this is the last day of the sale. But those outside of the US... You will, obviously, there will be more sales. I'm assuming there will be sales in the US, but it'll be at a greater price anyway. Can anyone tell me where that cool place in Pyro is where there is a settlement between some mountain ranges? Oh, there's quite a few places that could be. What was the terrain look like, aside from mountainous? Where's the fun in buying full canisters? Exactly! Exactly, Eagle. My thoughts, exactly, mate. I will be stripping myself down and trying to do everything from scratch. So I will be getting rid of all my money. I will be... In fact, we can do that today, getting rid of all the money. Let me see what clothing I've got that I can wear for this. Now, I don't think... temperature is anything, but Monarchs is quite red, so let's go with that. We'll have a Cubby Blast thing on. We'll put some funneled glasses on and a pair of trousers, which is how the Scottish say trousers, by the way, if you were just wondering. There we go. Nothing else. Let's just burn our money away, because he can have it if he wants it. Because by tonight, I expect there'll be another... Nope. Game security violation. Game error code. What? Hang on, let me take a picture of that. Game error code 40042536697. Game security... easy anti-cheat. Is there a... There must be a bug or something going on. I don't know if it's to do with my new internet, maybe? It's not a 40k error. There's more than 5 digits there. Is it just easy anti-cheat acting up? Oh boy. Well, if you bring yours, Deacon, I want to just go bare bones. If you come down, throw them all out and see how we get on. Pants! He needs pants! Anyway. Are we experts? You've bought a 4C used and it works nicely with every game. Hang on, let's just launch, see if we can do this again. I don't know if I need to do something with my internet to allow... I don't know. Works nicely with every game except Star Citizen. Star Citizen just does not recognize it at all. But it worked with... Oh, I don't know. I've not used the 4C. What does it say on the website for the 4C? I'm assuming it should work with the TOBII 4. 47 minutes of awkward silence. Man leaves the train. He has a bike. I realized he was saying psychopath. You what? Did I miss a previous comment, Night Kai? What are you talking about? What is that about? Toilet welcome? You need the money? This is on the PTU, mate. This isn't the PU. You're not going to get, like... it's not going to transfer over to live. No, Ricky. I haven't played any of the game. This internet I installed yesterday, I haven't played anything, so hopefully I don't need to do anything, but we'll see. Oh, your Valve's workaround, where's that? It's an easy anti-cheat issue. Oh, I got an anti-cheat issue last week. I closed the launcher, etc., then relaunched, and second time it worked. Okay, I'll try that. If it happens again, I'll just close it all down and you know, the launcher. Thank you, Valve. That's not allowed. Aimbot. Yeah, I've seen other people saying that easy anti-cheat has played up for them, but up until now, I've never had an issue with it. You've got a Polaris, a Sabre Firebird for some testing. Carrack is deliverable if we want it. Yeah, thank you. And it has the best radar. Right, thank you, APOC. We'll definitely test that as well. Star Citizens was advertising it in the past. Also, other reports report a workaround, but that did not help. Anyone want to use TOBII Fossey? Yeah, I have no idea why it's doing that, I'm afraid. Anarchy Ram, welcome. Sending it to you, Deacon. How much have we got? Let's do that first. 26k. Now let's just makes it easy. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. We'll see. Okay, we can do that. Ha! Lovely. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
It was a creepy voice. You didn't have to do it so creepily. Maybe I should have installed the cheats, yeah. Come on then, you creepy bastard. Why is scanning so bad? Because they are redoing the whole system. The scanning signature radar update. Oh, okay. I'll send it to him now. They are redoing the what do you call it? The scanning system and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a matter of time. I guess he's not there. I actually don't have you as on my friends list. Can you send me a friends list? A friend request, APOC?
He should be on the server on the top.
He's not. Oh, there he is. Okay, he is. That's weird. Alright, sent. Is he getting that? Hey, lovely job. Yeah, they one of the biggest updates that I'm looking forward to is getting this whole signature and stuff done. Say that again, sorry, Deacon. Could barely hear you then.
I was just asking if APOC could hear us on...
Oh, sorry. Yo, Peepo, how you doing? Drag the camping gear to Finland next week and head to the island for a week of fishing. Camping in Scandinavia is definitely something I'd love to do, but it is probably going to be so cold. Not that I mind. I do like having, you know, some cold weather camping. Although now it's getting warm here. Like I said in the video, probably going to be changing up the setup a little bit. Which I'm excited about. It's nice to do different things, learn how to cook on different devices and whatnot. Weather for you, that's what you're looking forward to, what, the warm weather? I suppose the biggest problem with the Firebird is the cost to rearm. Yes, that's why, like, when I do off-gridding or anything where, you know, you can sell other things to people, ordnance is one of those things that I will always prioritize taking because people obviously want it and it's expensive. Jedi, how you doing? Welcome, S7. You heard the voice lines that... Yeah, Jared did. Yeah, we've been hearing them for a little while now, in fact. Let me just go for a pee while we're waiting for that to come up. I'm pretty sure we were hearing them quite recently. I haven't heard them. I know Deacon said you have, haven't you?
Is your voice working, Epoch?
Alright, let's see how smooth it goes getting this thing. I also cleaned my keyboard today. It looks glorious. I don't think I've cleaned it since Summer was born, which means it's coming on 3 years since it was cleaned. And then Rachel... What was Rachel doing? I think she downloaded a game to play herself a while back and she was just saying how dirty it was. So, it's quite therapeutic cleaning a keyboard. Making sure you get the... the only keys that I got wrong was the A and the S, for some reason. Mayor07, welcome. How you doing? Moses, welcome. No. Anything on the PTU does not continue over to the PU. They are separate builds. The hotfix channel does, but not the PTU. Valakor, welcome. Yeah, I might have to look into these small keyboards. I feel like that's going to be quite a benefit to the area that I have. Last time I was doing some testing, my cutter got taken away when I pulled that to the side. You behave. It's always touch and go when you're getting in and out of the pulse, or on and off. Doesn't matter what ship you're using, it's always butt clenching. Mr. Coffee, I'll get one in a sec, yeah. I do, Mike. Yeah, Sandman, could you link my TOBII settings, please? It is a good starting point, because there is a lot of options. But, you know, see what works for you and adjust it accordingly. Found the Orison Lady video, thanks. I'm not a player, I just love watching starcitizen videos. I'm too lazy to play any games. Well, you might as well hang on anyway, until it's at the point where it's live, if, you know... I mean, you're missing it in terms of playing it, but if you're watching it, it's not a problem, is it? We have a warm fish house. Is that like on like an ice lake or something? You don't go out enough to give an S. Thank you, Sandman. Yeah, it is. There is a lot of options. To the second channel. Yeah, for the camping channel. I think I do, yeah. I think we have a link, don't we? Exclamation camping. Try that, Nike. Oh, there you are. Thank you, Sandman. It's an island in the sea. Wow, that sounds cool. It's the Big Gerald. How are you doing? Thank you so much for watching my videos, my friend. I'm doing fantastic, thank you. Oh, I'm a bit tired, but that's another story. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Touch and goes. Alright, let's get this loaded in, all being well. Let's slow down. I'm running around like Summer. Summer is just... Yesterday she was so kind and sweet, and today she's just... Rub my back, do this, do that. It's like, calm it down, woman. Flipping heck. It's like, I've only just woken up, sitting downstairs having a coffee, and she's like, jump, jump. I'm like, I'm not jumping. I can tell you now, I'm not doing any jumping. It's like, let me finish my coffee first, and then I'll jump. Oh, boy. She is just on it daily. Yo, Meta, how you doing? She's so sweet, though. Alright, I'm just going to drive it in normal. I'm not going to mess with it. I should be able to spin it round in here, though. Whoops. Okay. Every time I get off, I hold down Y and A at the same time, or D depending on where the room is to get off, and make sure that you are off it as soon as possible, because I think if you stay on it too long, the physics can start to play around. You was up till 1 AM with a mate on the PTU, then woke up at 5:30, which would be my normal time for work. To say I'm knackered would be an understatement. Yeah, it's essentially, although you woke up 30 minutes before me, kind of the same thing. The eyes are burning. I don't know if they are for you right now. Sometimes it's not too bad. Like, I'm used to it now. You could cut the sexual tension between Salmon and Tiberius. Oh. I see love in the air. He's irresistible. He is. If you stand on the pulse for too long, it'll give you a pulse of force. Yes. And then it will send you flying. It'll also send itself flying. It is just not worth it. Hello, sir. Right. Monox is there. What wild camping adventures? Carry on camping. Well, yeah, it does, I suppose. I mean, to be fair, the stuff that happens while I'm camping could pretty much be a carry-on film. Like pitching my tent inside out. Couldn't believe it. It was so confusing where I was like, last time I pitched this, the door was that side and the tent stove jack was this side. And I can't understand why it's not the same this time round. I couldn't get my head around the fact that it was just inside out. So I just continued pitching. And then when I found the lantern hook, I was like, ah, this makes sense. Then I remembered everyone was watching me. Are you sure? You can't hear me? Oh, yeah. No, I can't hear you. Okay. You would know. You was having issues with the repair jobs not spawning things this weekend. Oh, come on. Get it working, guys. Mitch, how you doing? We need a Star Citizen Harley Davidson for space camping. To be fair, the Dragonfly kind of sounds a bit like a Harley when you kick it on, which I do like a lot. But yes, we do. We need panniers. We need to be able to throw a tent on it. All right, Sunset Mesa. It was a rookie error. I'm always doing them, though. That's the thing. It's a bit like the nonsense that we do in Star Citizen. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing. It doesn't matter how long or how many camps you've been on. You still do the stupid stuff. It was like, lay it down. Thankfully, it's a very quick and simple pitch with that TP tent. So it didn't really take long to figure out or to put it back. But, you know, I would rather not have. Vox is not today, mate. We're on the PTU today doing some testing. Whether anyone else is on live looking to put a trading post together, maybe. Just waking up. You got work soon, have you, Mitch? You got a long day ahead of you, mate. You took a friend out with a couple of pulls. Ooh, getting a bit of lag coming down here. Don't know what that is, because it's not telling me. I've got a lot of ships around here. Damage, thank you so much for the 12-month resub. Beers and patty, please. How are you doing today? Yeah, this is... oh, no, we're doing all right now. I don't know if it was just spawning stuff in that was causing the lag. How's the stream holding up? It seems to be doing all right, even though I'm on Wi-Fi. I was just going to plug it in to... What? Why, who put my landing gear down? When did that happen? I never asked it to do that. But yeah, I was just going to put in, like, plug it in. And see how it goes. And you know, just go with that. But I was intrigued. I thought, if I don't need to, then I will happily test that without having to, you know, just using Wi-Fi. So there you go. It actually pops up with, you know, repairs and whatnot needing doing. What I want to do. So that's Sunset Mesa there. You've got the area where you can get fixed up and refueled, which is just here. And then you have the scrapyard down here. There's a lot of ships just left, which will make it quite interesting. But on the PU, it won't be this busy in terms of, you know, left around, ships lying around. And then you've got a little outpost here. I've mapped all this in for my, you know, coordinates and so forth. And then trespassing. Oh, man, have I got a flipping reputation nonsense stuff going on. What's this? Got another outpost here. What's this ship? It's huge. Is it a Polaris? Thanks for parking the Polaris there. Now, if we go so far away, I want to test this with... seeing how far we can be before I am spotted. Because in my pulse, which bear in mind the radar on the pulse is going to be poop. When I took all the components out of my cutter or my Intrepid, after about 700 meters, not kilometers, meters, I couldn't see my ship anymore on the radar. But that was on the pulse. Obviously, it has a small, you know, crappy radar. So let's try and test this with a bigger ship. So if APOC's coming in, let's just pop it down here. I'm not going to sort of reveal where I plan to set my ship down to live, because I don't want people heading straight there to see if I'm there today, you know, that day. But yeah, if I just pop it down here, if you guys, is VoIP working for anyone? Yeah, I had a great weekend, thank you, Damage. What day? It's Monday, isn't it? Yeah, crazy. Yeah, so there's a few missions right now where you have, ignore Wicklow, you've got salvaging missions where you can earn 8,000 for sunset, for salvaging, I don't know, like a panel of RMC here. So you could do that. Firstly, I'll need to focus on buying myself a multi-tool equipment items. But then when I get that salvaging stuff, I could do something like this, get myself the RMC, and then I could do, you could do delivery missions around here. You could do maintenance missions. There's one where you can go and you have to fix, you know, 3 fuses, and then repair the the pipes as well. You could do that. I mean, you can earn money pretty quickly, even soloing it like this. Rhino, thank you so much for the 8-month resub. Beers and party players. Did that not work? Okay, there we go. How are you doing today? The cargo grid loading glitch where you have to raise and lower your ships just... yeah, that's annoying. I think that's also part of the known issues, isn't it? Alright, if I could get one of you with a multi-tool to just throw these... oh, I need to unlock my ports. Try to pitch your tent. The wife tells you to go away. See it in the morning, country. Pitched. You went to Jumptown 2 times and got 8 snipers. Isn't it funny, though? Like, there's all these locations. And the same will happen with Hathor. You've got Ghost, Hollow. They're the new shiny for a long while. And they're kind of hot zones where everybody is fighting over it. And then after time, they just become quite derelict. Except for now and again seeing people coming and going, which is pretty handy. Shenanigans, welcome. How was work, Rhino? Sure thing, Mitch. Have a good day, my friend. Yeah, those moments in Star Citizen where everything's just upside down. It's like, absolutely. It's the same. I do it so much in real life. I don't know which I can take out here, but we will just open them all up. Take out the fuse as well. I can grab that and just launch it. Is he gonna launch it? No, don't look at it. Why is that the default? Well, whatever. Where are you guys? You over there? Everything all right, Deacon? Are you still trying to sort out? Oh, do you want me to re-invite you? Sorry, I never thought about that. I completely forgot I needed to do that. I've been waiting ages. Did you read me? It's 31 degrees Celsius here. It wasn't that hot last time I was. Well, it probably was. I've got to consider that as well, that if I'm traveling on my pulse, I need to make sure that I can get to where I need to get to. Oh, there's Deacon. Deplorable. Ah, don't need to apologize, my friend. I'm already turned around. I don't know which way is which. I think it's that way. Somewhere living here would be quite nice. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how detectable I am without any components, or how detectable my ship is without any components in. Well, not in comparison to other Star Citizen locations, it's not that hot. But considering, you know, I'm only wearing clothing, my character's temperature will rise. As item persistence improves, people will have fewer reasons to go to those events unless CIG cycle the rewards. Oh, I see. Well, yeah. I think the idea being is that when the dynamic events is they have these locations as places that can just trigger a mission or trigger an event that is can just kick off at any time based on the parameters when those parameters are met. But the idea being is that they want to populate the world with a lot of locations, enough so that it's there's always somewhere to go, something to do. And that will mean places are not getting as congested as well. So yeah, we'll just sort of give it a test today, see how it goes. See how the day-to-day stuff goes. Welcome, Wyatt. Firefly mission just scrubbed for today, if anyone cares. Oh, sorry, I was thinking Firefly the series. Grumph, how you doing? What's the Firefly mission? I'm not sure. I don't pay attention too much to stuff. You're seeing me 19 kilometers out. Can you bring a... You're seeing what my cutter... Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that you're coming in? Here he comes, look. That'll be a warning. Oh, a new company launching for Lockheed. Oh, very nice. I want them to win. Ah. Yo, Flopper. 4.2 engineering. Maybe. It's hard to say because I don't know how much time you can dock. I don't know how much time they would require to test it before they roll it out. I feel like 4.2 might not be long enough. You can hear me? Can you hear me, Deacon? To properly test all that stuff.
Copy on local?
Yeah, I hear you on local. I take it it's party that's broken then. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, party's broken.
It won't be long.
I can see you cut 19 kilometers out.
That's quite a distance. I am powered on and so forth, so let's take all this stuff out. Just lob it out the back and we'll see what it's like then. But yeah, we might need to go quite a range then.
Drop your multi-tool.
Oh, thank you. Well, I want it all, Tim. In order to make bases cool as well, we will need engineering. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because bases will need power. They will need oxygen and so forth. Can this come out? I think it can, can't it? What's happened here? That's a bit weird. It's like it's like an extra arm there where it shouldn't be. How strange. Alright, I think that's everything. So technically there shouldn't be.
Fuses up front?
I don't think there are any. Do they have fuse box up there? If the door will open.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they will probably want engineering before base building, just because of, bases need light, power, and so forth. I just want the ability to eat and drink directly from my backpack. Don't need any other updates. As in, so you can click on it and carry it. That should be fixed with this patch. Right, let me just power everything down, and then we'll see what the range is.
Is that a component? That's avionics.
Yeah, there shouldn't be anything up here, I don't think. Okay, we're good. Everything is off. Technically, we should have the lowest signature we could possibly have right now. But if he was seeing me at 19 kilometers, I feel like he's going to see me still. Oh, that's not the lights. Yeah, do them both at the same time. Yo, how you doing? Happy Monday, mate. If it's going to be in 4.2, you'd expect, yes, the EPTU to at least start testing that stuff. I agree. I kind of feel like if they were looking to put, as Flood says, engineering in 4.2, they would want to get, the tech preview channel or the EPTU out and testing. Probably going to need at least 6 months. It's hopefully not, but I wouldn't be surprised. So to play 411, you need to go to your account. Oh, he's coming back now, so maybe 3 kilometers. It's about the range. You need to go to your account, and then at the bottom of your account, there'll be like a PTU yellow text on the left-hand side that you can click to copy your PU account over to the PTU, and then you can start downloading it. It's a separate build. You need it as a separate build. You can just copy past to your main build and then rename it. But yeah, it's not 100% advisable just because problems. Things could. It's a more of a test universe than the live build is. So it's not for everyone. It looks like 3 kilometers is the range, which is... What are we talking? 3 kilometers-ish? 3.2. So we're way too far out. In that case, I'm going to pull it a bit closer if you can hear me, and I'll load everything back in. All we need is a cooler and a power plant. But let me just lob all this stuff back in for now. But that's pretty good. Now, the further I am away from these locations, the less chance of being found, right? So technically I'll still want to be somewhat far away, but at the same time I've got to consider the range of the pulse and its fuel, because it is limited. Also, just the day-to-day, the efficiency of traveling such a distance. It's better to do it a lesser distance than a longer distance, just for the sake of time spent. The environment as well, is it going to start hurting me being so hot? Invisible trees. No. Oh no, Deacon. Did you spawn in on Apox Polaris? Oh no. That's my defense. Corsair time, yeah. I tell you, you don't need your carrot to do you. Yo, White Canary, welcome. I think you might have hit like an extendable top of the tree here. Oh dear. So we need a cooler. Oh, can't turn for some reason. There we go. Please tell me that's the right way. Oh no, I've locked the ports again like an idiot. Didn't need to do that. You just want to right-click and consume rather than carry and fiddle. You should be able to. You should be able to go into your backpack, click right, you know, right-click, and then click carry, and then you can drink it at your own pace. I think that would be a better idea than just immediately eating it or drinking it. I mean, you could probably click drink. You should be able to just right-click and click eat, and it will just consume it. Yo, Jim, how you doing? Stu, welcome. S7. You find the notion of 31 Celsius being hot hilarious, being an Australian. Yeah, well, for you it might be alright. For me, it certainly isn't. There we go. No, that's actually really... Yeah, that's a good thing, Gene. The fact that I am only detectable no more than 3.2 kilometers away means that I can actually get a lot closer. And... is this just not the right spot for it? No, yeah, that's the cooler. Oh, don't tell me there's a bug now where you can't put components... Oh, hang on. There was a... The Intrepid wouldn't allow me to put components in, and I thought it was just the ship being broken. But it looks like... you can't do it at all. Oh, man. That doesn't bode well. It's kind of flickering something there. Yeah, this is the reason why I switched back to the cutter instead of using the, or one of the reasons anyway, is because I didn't think it was going to work. But now, I don't even have the ability. I don't think we can do it with any ship. Once you take your components out in 411, I think they're done, and you can't put them back in again. I'll leave it for now. But yeah, that's annoying. So the weather is actually quite nice right now. But it's set to get a bit cooler. Although saying that, I don't know, 2 weeks from now, it's probably going to be pretty nice, to be fair. Depends on where you are in the UK, of course, but it doesn't vary that much from place to place. The heavy armor's getting in the way again of the UI. How annoying. You picked me up at 4.8. Oh, okay. And you're talking about the cutter, right? Not my little ship. So that's good to know. Different ships do have the different ranges applied. Let's see what the furthest or the you know, the closest is, or the furthest is. 4.8 was that? Yeah. So we've got to be at least a minimum of 4.8. Yeah, I believe I'm using the right version of it. I took them out. You know, I took the components out and picked them up, so there shouldn't be any difference between putting them back in again. Yo, Butter, how you doing? Welcome. You're hooked. Performance has been so... Yeah, it does. It really does. It's so good that, you know, the priority is now on getting this game working. It's such a nice feeling when things are actually playing as they're supposed to for a longer duration of time. Don't get me wrong, there's still problems and bugs and whatnot, but it's certainly getting there. 3 days of summer in Wales and that's it. There was a heat wave. What, last time you were here? Well, I mean, we may have something like that. I don't know. I know we had 38 a couple of years ago. That was pretty crazy. Was that 75%? Got to take this steady, especially when I'm doing the recording, because you can still take damage pretty easy. Something that's quite cool is you've got the MFDs here as well now, which I didn't notice in 4.1. I think that might be new for this patch. It's just occurred to me, I think I'm actually heading in the wrong direction. Let's try and get some height and see if we can see these little outposts. Is that the way? I haven't paid attention to the direction I was supposed to be heading in. Yo, Dante, in what way fix the bikes? They're still pretty dodgy and dangerous. There's some lighting. We're not getting the best frames. We're still above 30, which I'll take for now with it being the PTU, but could be a lot nicer. Well, 5K technically, that's with whatever ship. What ship are you using, APOC? Even though 4. I would still probably want to keep it a little further away, because if you're that close, there's a good chance that someone might be rolling in over you to get in. You know, like the angle at which someone comes into a location is to be considered, and you want to have a bit of a fail-safe there. So you are maybe. I'm thinking more like 8 will probably be a better option. Just to be a bit safer. I think that might be JS, Jackson Swap over there. I think over here might be Mesa. Alzanor, how you doing? Welcome. A volcanic wasteland, it does. Yeah, this is one of the smaller outposts. I've taken a longer winded way around. I should have gone more direct. But this was one of the outposts that had the Polaris. Which, I mean, the chances of finding a Polaris is possible in the PU, doing this kind of thing. But I think people tend to take more care of them in the live build than they do the PTU. Yeah, well, the wheeled bikes are probably not going to come along for a while, because they want to do them properly and not cut corners, you know, by just taking 4-wheeled vehicles and making them 2. But I also hope that they will address these hover bikes first. So we've got this that we could loot, technically, but if we can get in. Old man, how you doing? You see ships much further away than 3 or 5 kilometers. I see them at 15 to 20, so what exactly are you talking about? Maybe I'm not understanding. Removing the components. Technically, the plan is to park my ship way out over there, or somewhere, Remove all the components, which will reduce... It's essentially like turning it off, isn't it? It reduces the signature a lot. So by doing that, it'll reduce the distance at which someone can see my ship. But I will be parking it somewhere that gives me a bit more range to not be detected. No, not yet flying. Still putting the money aside, looking at the components price-wise. What has happened here? Before I buy it and build it. Yeah, no worries, old man. It's when you turn everything off or take out all your components, obviously they don't give out any signatures anymore. So the distance at which you're detectable decreases, which is being able to hide properly. Like, technically, someone shouldn't be able to see me at that distance if they are at Sunset Mesa. But if someone flies in from that angle, which they may do, then there's a, you know, chances are they will see me. Was that you, Deacon? Surprised that didn't hurt me, actually. That's weird. Jack, welcome. Cybin, welcome. Have you seen enough quality of life and improvements and stability to say that they are being successful in their efforts? Oh, yeah, I feel like there has. The game has become so much more playable and enjoyable, and we're able to do a lot of things, like, on scale, you know, like big group stuff, while still retaining a decent frame rate and a server frame rate, even during a free fly. So everything they're doing is beneficial, making it so much more enjoyable. I'm also seeing a lot of comments on YouTube changing from just the constant complaining to actually being, you know, I'm really enjoying the time right now. Everything seems to be doing much better. So there definitely has been a big uptick in terms of things working and being better. So hopefully they can just continue on with that. I mean, there's still a lot to do, isn't there? There's still so many things that are broken and dodgy, but they're working on it. What range do you get in then? So there's another outpost here, which I can travel from one to the next as I'm coming in daily to Sunset Mesa. Well, 4.8 I think it was, because a cutter with no components. What the heck is going on? Can you hear me, guys? I think 4.8, the Polaris can detect the cutter with no components. But that's not to say that there are other ships with better better sensors. What range have you seen it at, Deacon? What range were you at, mate? starcitizen tarp. Yeah, that'll be cool, especially with that physics, the cloth physics. Alright, 50% fuel. This is the other thing I have to really consider is if I'm traveling in daily back and forth, I need to make sure that I'm not parked too far away that I can't actually get to it before running out of fuel. I can refuel at these places on the Pulse, so it doesn't matter about that. It's also quite light enough to travel at night, so it doesn't matter if, you know, I finish my day job here at night time. I should still be able to travel and remain hidden. So let me just go and refuel and then park it on the outskirts of the town so that I can, so it doesn't get stolen. We'll go under that because last time I hit it. Yeah, I think so, Daniel. I think this week we'll see it go live, personally. I'm hoping so. Oh no, hang on. Might need to turn the power off. It's not doing it. Let's just try doing this. No service. So it's not working now for some reason, which doesn't bode well. So 3.5 with the Corsair. Okay, so far the Polaris is the one that can see at 4.8. Yo, Lazarus, welcome. I won't be streaming it, but I will do a video. Yeah, I want to be able to concentrate, so I won't be streaming the build, but I will be recording it for a YouTube video. Yeah, mostly just because I don't want to distract myself. Still nothing for some reason. I don't know why though. But not much I can do about it if I can't refuel. They seem to be doing quite well. Let me take one on. And I'll show you. So, handyman around Sunset Mesa. So we've got to go to a remote outpost near Sunset Mesa, which is over there, 21 kilometers. That's quite a distance. Let's just try one more time. Now, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing, Deke? Is that you? Let me free. What are you doing? Get off. Jesus. Did you not see me? There we go. Alright, I'm free. You're good. Are you able to refuel? He does. He wants me dead. So I don't know if we've got the fuel to do this. Hopefully, if we do run out of fuel, it just keeps going. Sun's coming up as well, I think. You didn't see me.
No, I can't refuel here.
You can't. Did you say you can't refuel?
Not on this platform. Let me try another one.
Zimba, how you doing? I don't know why though. Strange. Yo, Sim Racing, how you doing? It was working the last few patches. Hopefully it'll work in live. But it does concern me that, because, you know, if I run out of fuel, I'll have to take a mule back and forth. Oh, actually, hang on, I need a wee. Let's just go back. Oh, I can't buy anything. Anyway, I'll show you what we have to do. I can't do it because I haven't earned anything to do it yet. Which is what I will be testing, which is what I'll be doing in the Zero Hero.
Here you can refuel.
Oh, where? Where? On my way.
There are 2 pads on the other end of the outpost.
Oh, and you can refuel at them as well. I didn't know that. I thought you had to do it inside the the oval bit. Excellent. Phew. Just got to be careful not to bash into everything. That's why I'm traveling relatively slowly. You prospect of doing the funky chicken. I tell you, Star Citizen physics are the only physics that allow those funky chicken dances to proceed. Let me try it on this small one here. I can repair, but I can't refuel. I wonder if they've just run out of fuel here. Because repairing is fine. That's very strange. Oh, David, how you doing? 5 years I told Cloud Imperium that the piracy was a bad idea, and then it was gonna go the wrong way and get worse time they didn't listen. You what, Dave? What are you on about?
I could refuel both hydrogen and quite a bit.
Oh, okay. Well, but refueling wasn't bugged last time I tried it. It was working fine in the PTU. So I'm not sure what's happening here or why it's not allowing me to. Because it allowed me to do it on the PTU last time I was playing. It might be that it doesn't actually run out of fuel. We'll test it. Let me just have a wee. Get a coffee, and then we'll test it. We'll just sit here and wait while I piddle. Because I'm desperate. Right, bear with me. Oh, I don't have money. You're right, Quantum. Yeah, Lance. That's what it is. It does work, but I don't have any money. Of course. Go home, Dave. You're drunk. All right, so I never thought about that, actually. That's going to be an interesting dilemma. We'll have to get some money behind us almost straight away. MTT, how you doing? Right, 2 minutes, guys. Let me just get a coffee, have a wee, and then we'll carry on. I can't believe I never even considered that. That is a very interesting issue. Yeah, a realistic roleplay problem where I could drive it in first off, but then I'll need to find something and sell it. Because I won't have a multi-tool, I can't do a salvage job. I could do a delivery box mission. That would kick me off, but the problem with those, you get 26 grand immediately. Which I'm not fond of. But it might just be the only thing to do. Of course I wash my hands, Rhinos. Welcome. So, yeah, Castellian, welcome. We'll have to figure this one out, but we have... Alright, let me see if... Is there a box mission to do? What I might do instead... there is a delivery mission here, look. But what I might do instead is see if I can loot something from a ship. Let me have a... Ooh, let me park this on the outskirts somewhere. Yo, Greg. No, it doesn't sort of bode with my off-grid series too well. I try to avoid missions, especially missions that are just too easy to rinse, repeat, and make a lot of money, which is why I'm a bit like not interested in doing the delivery missions, because it's super quick. And bounty hunting, you know, essentially I have a ship with no components, and I'll throw the weapons off as well. Sorry, if you're unaware, what I like to do is off-grid and sort of zero to hero style, get rid of everything. So I've got a ship parked over there with no components. Let me just put this down here. We'll see if this is out of the way enough so that people don't see it and steal it, but they won't get far. There's not a lot of fuel on it. Thank you so much, Kev, for the 17 months, my friend. Bills and party, please. And then I'll see if I can find anything in... I'm not going to loot boxes either, because looting the boxes to sell the stuff feels way too easy to just get free stuff and make a decent amount of cash pretty easily. Plus, it kind of technically feels like you're stealing, right? So it doesn't really make sense. Let me just get my coffee. Hang on. So ideally, I will be searching any derelict ship, taking what I can find, and selling it at this settlement. That could be weapons, maybe. Components, maybe. I don't think so. But items, hopefully. Yeah, the new repair missions are great. Welsh Matt, welcome. But the problem is I need a multi-tool. And I need RMC. And I need fuses. I will definitely keep any fuse that I find. I need outfits. I need, you know, armor. And I need like backpacks and so forth. He noticed there's no more piracy in Stanton. What do you mean? There is plenty of piracy in Stanton. I think we need a lot more systems for piracy to be more meaningful. What are you guys doing? Are you fighting or something? You're working for the CFP. COP, sorry. Yeah, I technically sided with the COP for my previous ones. I shouldn't be trespassing here because this is the PTU and I've got no reputation anywhere. This is pretty cool. Whoa. So, you know, thinking about it, right? I've got no money. I only have these clothes. I have my pulse, which is handy. And I have my cutter over there with no components or weapons. So the plan will be, firstly, sustenance. I need to make sure that I can eat and drink. I need to make sure that I can get back and forth to my ship so I can log out. So I will need to focus on any money I earn going into fuel and making sure that I don't destroy that. Otherwise, I'll have to take the flipping mule, which isn't what I want to do. Also, I did notice with the mule... Let me see if I can show you. You should be able to, and I think this is probably an issue with all of the item ports right now, which will hopefully be fixed for 4.1.1 goes live. The back of the mule, you can actually put a component, clamp it in against the mule. Did I just see a person then? Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can... guys, can you hear me at all? Could I get one of you to just buy a component here and see... Oh, actually, no, there's no point because I know it doesn't work. Don't worry about it. Basically, you can clamp it. When you bring a component here, you get the white outline as if it can clamp against this. But when you hold it towards it, it doesn't clamp. It falls off. So... hopefully, once they fix the issue with being able to put components in, you know, re-put the components into our ships, that'll fix that as well. So if I do buy a component from here eventually, because you can buy components here, you buy components and weapons, I'll be able to bring it up the freight elevator and actually put it on the back of the mule and then drive that to my ship. So as you can see, this is what we have available. There isn't a great deal of stuff, but there's enough to get by. Look, you've got components here, so I can essentially get my ship running with a power plant and a cooler. They're not the best, but it gets me airborne, right? That's kind of where I'm heading to, but I'll probably be able to loot most of this stuff. And then you've got sustenance, you've got fuses, you've got the multi-tool, so you can do the RMC missions. You've got two different ones here. Both, this one I think is empty, that one is full, or vice versa. They're both the same price, which is odd. Ship weapon there. There's stuff to buy. So let me just see if I can find any ships around here that are lootable. Hey, Puck! Up here!
Hello.
How's it going?
Bloody bastard shot at me.
You two. Let's try and keep it together. I know you love each other. Phantom, welcome.
We were having a little duel in the sky.
I like it. It was fun to watch.
Hey, easy. I'm unarmed. I'm unarmed.
Let's see what we've got lying around this place.
Bloody bastard.
That looks like it could have been a piece of a ship. Or it's the mission. This might either be part of a ship or the salvaging mission panel. Sun is just coming up as well, so we'll pretend that we've just arrived here for the day. Day of work. Food's going down. Well, not so much. Liquids are going down. I think there's some ships down here, isn't there? Ryan the repairman. Yeah, pretty much. Ryan the odd job man more than anything. Off-grid odd job. Christine, welcome. Where does one buy a battery for the big tractor? I don't think you need it just yet. The batteries aren't a requirement. We don't have the charge and drain tech just yet. It might get there soon. I think right now, David, you know, piracy is a big subject that is very important to CIG. And as much as it's missing a lot of factors, so is everything else. There's so many other things. They will address all the concerns, I'm sure, that you have. But right now, they're focused on other things, and they'll get round to it. So don't be concerned about it. There will, you know, pirates can get away with things and so forth. There's certain things that are just missing right now. But they will be addressed eventually. So, you know, don't sweat it just yet. It's not finished by any means. This is the problem with playing Star Citizen right now. There are certain things that are a big problem, like that. Massive problem. Certain things that you can live with. As each patch comes out, you play it if you enjoy it. If it's too frustrating because of the issues with piracy from, you know, your perspective, then you'll just have to wait until it's dealt with later down the line, because there's only so much they can do, and they will continue to do it until it is all done and dusted. But, yeah. They're aware. You know, they know what needs to be done. It's not like they're not. It's just priorities, resources, schedules. Ah, here we go. Here's a ship. A retaliator. See if there's anything we can take from any of these vehicles to sell. Probably not. Oh, boy. But yeah, I get it. You know, I feel frustrated too when certain things, like for now, like the idea of not being able to put my components in my ship is really annoying. But it'll get there, and so will everything else. Like, try not to sweat it. Try not to worry so much, because it will get addressed eventually. It's frustrating when you want to, you know, do something and parts of the game are missing, but it's just the way it is playing an alpha right now, mate. Technically, I wouldn't have a tractor beam, so for the initial start, I've got to find something that I can sell that isn't in a loot box. Okay, we can't go up there. It'll be interesting to see what I can sell at these places. We haven't got a lot of fuel. We haven't really got much fuel to get back to the ship either, I don't think. And you don't want to go. I don't want to go back to the ship with a fuel tank of 25% because I won't be able to get back again. This is going to be a real challenge, but I think it's definitely doable. I'll have to use my pulse to first scan the local area and see where the ships are, and then prioritize looting those. I think push comes to shove, I may loot things, you know, at the site. But if I was to just get anything from these boxes, like let's say for example, if there's a box here and it had a couple of helmets in, I could take those, throw them into the local inventory, and sell them and make money pretty easily and pretty quickly. And to me, it kind of feels like you're stealing from the site, right? It doesn't really make sense. When I roll out, like when I reel off my rules, like I've said before, if you want to do your off-grid playthrough or whatever, Do it how you want to do it. If you are fine and you're happy looting things like that, then do that. Don't feel like because I'm not doing it that you can't do it. You make the game how you want it to be. There's also a commodity shop here as well. Yeah, so when it comes to locking your doors, that stuff will probably also come with engineering, because they need to have the power to actually lock doors, maybe hacking as well, so that they can be hacked into, but it's not going to be super easy. There's so much that is required, and that's all part of it. There's so many systems missing, and they will get to it. Of course, they have to. It's all part of the same game, but it's prioritizing what they can that is more detrimental for the team is important. But I suppose so. I can park my Pulse here, and then drive back and drive around the site in the Mule, see if I can find anything. Are you guys seeing any ships in the air? Anywhere? Maybe some of these outposts. I could head back to the other outpost, actually. See if there's anything around those places, those ships there. Another salvage laws for the CFP. I like the sound of that. And I guess we're in Pyro, so yeah. To me, the fact that problems and varieties of just can't get into the game is already better. Yeah, I mean, you know, 3.18, since then with those core tech issues, it has been a big problem with just basically getting into the game, so thankfully that's not happening as much anymore. Oh, it's up there. Where am I going? I'm heading towards my ship. I am very much looking forward to this series, though. It is going to be a challenge, but I like that. I will probably have another think about the missions, the looting, and see if it's a possibility, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make money to refuel. I'm trying to make it so that I can eat and I can get equipped with armor and so forth, and components. So that's a lot of money needed. And not being able to do these missions or loot boxes is probably going to be too restrictive. But yeah, we'll see. My motorcycle is there, 1 kilometer away. I don't want to be driving it around this outpost, because people will see it and they'll destroy me, potentially. So I would rather park it somewhere where it's not likely going to be discovered, and then walk around or use the mules. Yes, there's a salvage panel, but I'm kind of like, right now I have this borrowed multi-tool from Deacon, which I shouldn't have technically, because I'm testing it from just starting out. All I have is clothing, a pulse, and a cutter, and that's it. No money, no multi-tool, no nothing. So I can't salvage technically. Nvidia, welcome. S7. Yeah, in Pyro, any ship is fair salvage. But I feel like there should be enough stuff lying around to profit, right? But maybe looting is going to be a big part of that from boxes.
Do you copy, Ron?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Do you hear me?
There's C1, 4 kilometers from you.
Which direction? Using, say, Jackson swap being 12 o'clock.
I'm pointing at it.
Okay. I'll go check it out. Nice one. Four kilometers, I could probably use a mule to get to that quite comfortably. That wouldn't take too long. Still got quite a lot of day left. That set's over there. Mule, where are you? But I love the idea of just, you know, like with the Living Off Grid series, just being in this place using my cutter, which can't fly, as my login bed, my sort of stationary home. My Pulse is my commuter vehicle to get to this place where I can make more money than being stuck out there. And seeing what the world offers. Here's a mule, let's take this. Well, actually, even at night, the temperatures seem to be 30-odd degrees. What outpost you like the most for this off? Well, at the moment, aside from Astor's Clearing, I'm actually really enjoying Sunset Mesa because here, so from Sunset Mesa, you've got Jackson Swap, which is a bigger outpost, or roughly the same size outpost, about 19 kilometers away. You also have, how many? Let's have a look. I've marked them all. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 other outposts, smaller outposts, with clusters like caves and buildings and farms within close proximity of here. Is this broken or something? Doesn't want to move.
Just follow. Yeah, one of them is missing a wheel.
I should have checked that before I got in, shouldn't I?
But it's only one wheel. It shouldn't even matter. But
Oh, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, and it's the middle one as well, which shouldn't have impacted anything there. Oh, are you watching the other one, Nightkai? Is that the one with the strong winds? I think it must have been, because I couldn't really get much of a sound from the previous one. Where is it? Is there no more mules? Alright, I'll just take my hover bike. We might run out of fuel, though. So yeah, I think parking it, whoa, out this distance.
You could always ask for a left.
No. Parking it this distance should keep it out of the way of other players and ships
If you
being
got
seen.
coin.
Yeah, I ain't got no coin. You can toggle it, old man. So, when it comes to tracking, what we got here? So, I have it set to 100. Now, that's 100% head tracking. Now, if I do that, hang on. Oh, I've got it in seated there. Wrong one. If I go to this one, which is FPS. What's happening here? Am I doing this right? Did I toggle the wrong one there? What did I move? Okay, that's seated. Oh, I moved camera boost, I think. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Why is that not working? How strange. You technically can toggle it to be 100% your eye movement, 100% your head movement, or somewhere in between. You know, anywhere in between. Not sure why it's not doing that right now. That's weird. Yo, Bakic, welcome. Can you upgrade your ship with modules? No. I think you can with the Retaliator. The Retaliator has a few modules you can upgrade to, like 1 or 2. But the rest of the ships don't have modularity at this time. Well, you know, the ships with modularity don't have other modules at this time. The Retaliator was first, and hopefully we'll see that sort of stuff roll out a bit more sooner. This would be a great little place to camp, wouldn't it? Just setting up a little fire down here somewhere, sitting back here, letting it warm you up. That would be nice. Random dude on Tatooine simulator. Yeah, this is what this is. Yo, Ice Bandit, welcome. Good morning. All right, let's take this. See if we can find that. I think Deacon is at the spot now. Thank you, Shield. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, great weekend. Did you? You want to try a hike with other players? Hey, why not? So, right now I can see there's a vehicle over there. They're not showing up. Which is a bit annoying. That's my vehicle there. So that must be the Polaris, I presume. And then there's a vehicle over here. That's 17 kilometers away. So that's near Jackson's. That's near Jackson's. Deacon is over there with that C1. That's about 4 kilometers away. There. Oh, hydrogen fuel is low. And then that is probably a... what do you call it? Another mule. I might need a lift if this fails. For now, we'll see how far we can get. I'm glad that refueling is fine and it's working fine, and it was just because I didn't have the cash or the coin. Oh, you're starting on the windy camp one. Yeah, that was a nice camp, that, but everyone backed out of it quick. Alright, it's quite a decent drive over here now. Dark Orbit and EVE Online, and both the games were buying ships and then trying to get better. Yeah, so you can upgrade the components. So every ship has multiple components. Power plants, coolers, shield generators, shield emitters, that kind of thing. And you can upgrade a lot of those and buy new ones, swap out old ones and so forth. And right now you can do that, but we don't have the full engineering gameplay. That's actually not too far off, really. But modules are different. Modules are where you change the role of a ship. For example, the Retaliator has, say, a torpedo module, so it can fire torpedoes. But you can swap out its module for a cargo bay. And then that would become a cargo ship rather than a torpedo ship. And a lot of ships in StarCitizen have that option. Not every ship. Some of them are role-specific, but others do have modules that you can swap in and out. But yeah, in terms of actually components, you can take them all out now and swap them in again. Fuel's empty. We'll see if it just keeps going. That might be a bug, to be fair, where I can just keep flying. Now, the good thing about this Pulse as well is that it does have an inventory that I can gather small things. Oh, it's open. I can gather up things and put them in and then take them to the location and sell them. Oh, you played a bit in Pyro this weekend, did you? You got anything in there, Deacon?
I haven't checked.
Oh, okay. Was it open when you got here then?
Yeah, it was open.
Ah, fair enough. So the components will be in there. Let me just, I won't be able to move them though. That's the trouble. Especially early on, I'll have to figure a way of messing about with them. But let's just see if there's anything in the inventory. With it being the PTU, things are different. So the chances... Oh, I can get fuses. The chances of finding anything inside a ship is slim. But the chances of finding many ships is high. Because people in the PTU throw away their ships. Because bugs and they're just testing something. Whereas in the... and plus they're not throwing things into their ships to transport or that they've looted because they're just testing things. Where's the fuses? They don't seem to be around here. That's a toilet, I think. Doesn't work. No, the Galaxy, it's not going to be this year. I think it'll be the Perseus if we get a one of those this year. Oh, are we 30K'ing or something? Because these don't want to open. Are you feeling any lag or delay, Deacon?
Nope, not particularly. I couldn't open the component slots either, so you might have to unlock the ship.
Yeah, I'm just heading to do that now. Are you off, old man? Sure thing, my friend. We'll catch you next time. Yeah, do some videos hiking, Gene. Go for it, mate. Why not?
Crusader Industries, a journey undertaken. Systems on.
Okay, now we've opened it all up. Where are the fuses? Do they have fuses in this ship? I thought they did. Yes, they do. Here's one, look. So we can store that. This is going to be very helpful when it comes to doing the thingy missions, the maintenance missions. If I can get myself a salvage attachment and so forth quickly, then I'll be able to do this kind of thing and actually fix up some ships because... fix up some outposts and get paid like 30 grand per go, which is going to help big time. Yeah, DMJ crew. So, storage, we have 600 micro, which a couple of those does nothing. So that's handy. Now, I'm still torn about whether I loot boxes or whatnot, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. I won't do it so much on stream because it can be a little long-winded.
Well, technically, you could borrow a tool and then put it back.
That's true. That might be a cool idea. Drop it back in again before heading home.
Back.
It's a nice idea, that.
Yeah.
CFP property. Because technically...
Be too criminal.
Yeah, that makes sense. And at the end of the day, you know, it's... If you're technically stealing by coming to an outpost like this and just taking everything. It's always bothered me that in you know, when they brought... Not that it's, you know, the looting is to test, of course. And eventually you could come here, and if you take something, it will be stealing. I'm not going to take these fuses either, because that feels a bit odd. You know, because eventually if you did that, when the engineering systems are in, you will... All the power will go off at these places. And they'll be like, what are you doing? But I will just see what I can find. Maybe borrow. That's a good idea. Yeah, it's in-game chat. Seems to be working on local, but party chat not so much, which is, you know, VoIP's in a very strange place right now. But a lot of what I want to do is just have it look at the draw.
Out of the question to borrow something to fix something of theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I could come here, I could take or borrow a multi-tool and then hand it back in again. That's something I'm happy to do. Good way of looking at it, really.
Yeah, it's like you go fix the plumbing at your neighbor's house and you're like, hey, do you have a wrench?
Was that a full bottle? Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's full. Excellent. That sorts that out. Unless you just dropped these here, did you?
Fury incoming.
A
What's
Fury?
your name on?
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yo, Blue Bro, how you doing? 15th
Have a mothership nearby.
to the 27th is Invictus. Yeah. Yo, Wing, how you doing? Welcome.
Oh, I found some of the open pipes. Some of them already look fixed. Like
Yeah.
in the video.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that they're, you know, I'm assuming it's kind of, they've done them already in previous missions. Maybe. Afternoon!
But they should reset after a while, you would think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how's it going?
What do we have here?
Yo, Michael, how you doing? You wanted to ask about ship sales. It seems like the ship I want is never actually in store. Is there? Yeah, so generally in November they put everything back on sale again. Which ship is it in particular? Around the IAE, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which happens in November each year, the majority of the ships go back on sale. There are some exceptions, but generally they all go back on sale. So you might have to just wait until then. Throughout the year, there may be other sales like Invictus and other times like Coromor and whatnot, where you may be able to pick it up if that's the ship that they're creating like a new skin for. But generally, there is a limitation to certain ships. Alright, nothing else around here then. Let's get moving on. That looks like a fuse box. It is. Oh.
I did find some normal tractor beam tools, but no salvage tools yet.
Oh, okay. Just decided to not bother with the ladder today. He's just going to fling himself off. Star Lancer. Which one? The Max? They may be back on sale for Invictus, but the TAC will probably be on sale again. Gonna see how far I can get with this ship before it conks out. Nano Victoria, how you doing? Welcome. You lost your armor twice, as in like the recovery thing didn't work. There's a vehicle over there. What's that? It's quite far away, though. 8 kilometers. It's kind of where I've been. And then we've got a couple more over there. One there, one there, one there. Anything else? There is a cave somewhere over this way, but it's a bit of a risky hunt for it. It should be close by to... In fact, let me just check my notes. So from sunset, it might even be around here. Should be a small outpost cluster. What direction's this? 300, so... maybe not. See, it's funny, that says near Sunset Mesa, when actually it's more closer to Jackson Swamp. 34. 120. It's already not making much sense. Deke, give me a lift, mate. Sorry, dude. Just pop it. Give me a lift if you don't mind. We'll do some testing here. Watch out for the trees. Ladders are very overrated, Jason. Yeah, absolutely. If you could take me back to Sunset Mesa, I'll try and head out from there. Little something sticking out between my legs. It shoots as well, you know. Alright, I'm in, thank you. Just take me back to Sunset Mesa, and I'll try and from there head off to where I can find these caves. You don't even buy the Saber Raven or the Mustang Omega? Oh, for the exclusive things. So would the Omega be your racing ship, Sandman, if you were to get into racing? Steal the Fury, yeah. Yoink. Yes, I believe it's... I think it's confirmed, isn't it, for Invictus being the 15th to the 27th? That is confirmed, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Sandman. I thought you were saying the only ships you would buy again. Yeah, so the Raven was Intel, that's right, yeah. Omega... AMD. Or was it the Gamma? I think it was the Omega, wasn't it? You have the Omega D. Was that the AMD one? Yeah, thank you, Donut. Okay, let's confirm it then. Whoa. Whoa. Thank you, mate. I'm out. Well, so far, we seem to be continuously driving, and it hasn't run out of fuel. Someone mentioned that it never does run out of fuel. So it's probably true. Okay. Let me just check my notes. So from here, at an angle of 38... No, 120. Let's do that one. 120 degrees, which is... Wrong way. That way, for 3.4 kilometers, there should be a cave. An outpost cave, which could be a good opportunity to loot some stuff. And so far, we haven't run out of fuel, so we'll see if that continues. Oh, what we got there? That's 1.1. Okay. So there's a lot of places around this area that I can head to loot things. And just day by day, you know, coming and going, finding what I find. Might not even find anything in some circumstances, but you never know. .3 kilometers. We're getting a bit further out, slowly. It's actually easier to navigate in the dark because you have the lights from each of these little spots. Each of these tiny outposts, there's usually a little light above it that's that allows you to see it at a distance. In the daytime, you can't see it, so it's very beneficial at nighttime. Alright, 3 kilometers now, so we should be coming upon this cave. Maybe just over this rise. There should be a little building, and then around this building, or around the little outpost, there should be a cave as well. Let's head up here. Oh yeah, get a ticket in. I don't know what's going on there. Here it is, look. Excellent. So there's the outpost, and then the cave, I think, is close by. Somewhere. I can't remember if it's on it or just local to it. To it. Don't show me, don't tell me where the cave is. Let me find it. What ship do I fly in real life? Yeah, I wish I did fly a ship. That would be cool. A Fiat 500 ship? Does that count? Ah, here it is. So there is this to check out. I think I might be alright for fuel, you know, in terms of not having to ever refuel this. RB, welcome. Ramoyne, welcome. Yeah, it is very dodgy, is the pulse. It can be a bit sketchy. Hopefully, oxygen-wise, I'm alright down here. I should be, but I don't know if it's just suddenly you lose any oxygen and it becomes, you know, unoxygenated. Yeah, there's a lot they need to change with bikes and ground vehicles and things. So, you know, I could sort of... Is looting not working or something? Is that not a loot box? That's a loot box. Okay. Cave diving. Yes. Welcome, Sonny. I don't think loot... There's so many weird things. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's so strange. I can't even loot the boxes. So I don't know if that's... I mean, it's obviously a bug, but... Is this a similar thing that's going on with the components? Hopefully they can get these sorts of things fixed. I don't think it's server lag. I mean, it could be. There are Copian in some of these caves, though. And NPCs. Hello, mate. What are you doing down here? Has he got a weapon? Protecting the stashes. If you follow these arrows as well, they take you to a little... I kind of see it like the railroad in Fallout. I thought I had something. That was confusing me. But yeah, I don't know if there's much to find in these places, especially if I can't loot. Jesus, get off me. Food and drink would be kind of handy. But there's plenty of spots to go to. But as I say, for me, the majority of what I want to be finding is organic. And having these locations and missions, many missions now, drawing players to these places, I should be finding all sorts of stuff. But I've got to be more cautious because where it gets busy, it gets dangerous. Hello? You hearing me?
There's a bunch of ships 15 kilometers out.
Yeah, is that where Jackson's Swap
Might
is?
be the next outpost.
Yeah, I'm sort of slowly making my way there, I think.
Yeah, it might be.
No loot boxes there. Let's just check this other
Pretty
side.
rocky terrain.
Yeah, makes it fun, doesn't it? Nah, nothing to loot. Okay.
Makes it spicy.
I feel like there's... Well, F is working. No, F is fine, but for some reason it's not doing what it needs to. Yeah, I don't have the bath. I just have your bog standard. I think it's a 1.4, but it's not in a bath. Certainly doesn't move like in a bath. Yo, Kemi. 07. I wish I could loot the pantry. But yeah, last time I was here, there's another arrow here. Look. There was Copian living down here. The minute I got to the cave, I could hear him barking. See if there's any loot boxes, but I think if the looting is broken and the components are broken, the components aren't the end of the world because it's going to take me some time before I can afford to get components. So hopefully by the time I do, if they're not working for 4.1.1, then I'll just be able to, you know, they'll get them fixed. But I don't think they're going to push a patch if components aren't able to be placed back in, right? It seems a bit like a daft move, that. I would always recommend live. At the end of the day, this PTU, Matt, welcome by the way, mate, is probably set to go live by the end of the week or some, you know, short time after that. So definitely stick with playing the live build. But it's coming along, and this, you know, each patch that we get brings a few more bug fixes, a few more quality of life improvements, some updates, little bits of, you know, chunks of content as well. Yo, Broke, how you doing? They've just been cleaned out. What do you mean? Oh, I'm not even able to loot them. Like, I don't have the icon to click loot, so I think there's just something buggy about this build. Could be a server thing. Hey, up we go. Alright, so let's head to where these other ships are, which are probably over in that direction, I think. Yo, Kemp, there shouldn't be a wipe, no. Whether there's a bug that gets rid of components and things like last couple of patches, it's hard to say, probably. 427, Spunky. What, you got like an American muscle car? Yo, Bolting, how you doing? Yeah, live will still feel this buggy, don't worry. Is there a difference between what works best between the hover bikes? Well, it's a funny little trade-off because the ships like or vehicles like this can feel very featherweight, like in terms of taking damage. They feel like they can take damage really easily. The physics for the pulse is a bit all over the spot, but it's a nice little vehicle, whereas the Dragonfly is generally a little tankier, but I haven't used one in a long while, so I can't say whether it plays better. I think it does. The reason why I'm using a pulse is because it fits. I don't know which other vehicles, ground vehicles, fit inside my cutter. The Dragonfly may, but it's going to take up a lot of room, and I don't want to use something so big. It would be cool, though, having a cutter and a Dragonfly. That would be a real cool mix. Has anyone tried fitting the Dragonfly in the cutter? Mithras, thank you so much for the 7-month resub. Oh, the 3-month resub, sorry. Hang on, well, that doesn't make any sense. Your gift sub, 6-month gift sub. I see, sorry. Deacon gifted you a 6-month resub. Thank you, Deacon. And thank you for continuing it, Mithras. Hope you're enjoying that, my friend. You made it from Ghost Hollow to New Babbage and Nox. When was that, though? Because they have changed somewhat, so I don't know how smooth they are now. What I've really got to be paying attention to, though, is not going too fast and hitting stuff, because they will blow up.
See if you can catch up with me. I'm flying with 20 meters per second.
I will not be racing because I will crash and blow up. It will not happen. It won't remind. Okay, fair enough. I will definitely catch up with you. I just don't want to go too fast. Alright, I'm catching up with you. Won't be long. I can't get coaxed into blowing myself up, though. So you've got 200 hours on the Dragonfly. They seem to implement a master mode to hover bikes to disable the safety features added in 3.15. You used to be able to fly infinitely. What do you mean? What do you mean by infinitely? Do you mean like you wouldn't blow up ever? Oh, we've got a ship there. Is this the closest? Yeah, we'll go to this one. The Dragonfly loves to kill you, does it? So far, I've blown myself up on the pulse a few times.
8 kilometers, the closest.
Yeah, sort of 100 degrees, isn't it? Yeah, you've gotta be cautious when you come to Pyro, because people do like to murder. But there are ways to mitigate that. Like for me, my plan is to just hide. I can't take them on because I haven't got the ship, the equipment, the items, the skill. So I tend to just hide, which is why I park my ship way out there and drive in. I'm looking forward to this series. I think it'll work well. Geoff, how you doing? Yeah, jump off a hill. I probably could, to be fair. Just got to be careful with the landing if I miss. Could probably make that. I did try burning from Sunset to Jackson's sort of as quick as I could to see if how quick it would be that I blew up, and it happened quite quickly. Which, you know, if I'm doing this off-grid stuff, that's kind of like game over, and I'll need to respawn and then pay for a lift to get back. So I do want to be over cautious than under cautious. Because I want to be living out here for you know, a full duration of a patch, really, for weeks. Months, sorry. Well, weeks. There are ways to sort of not blow up, but yeah, if you take one hit badly, that's it, you're done, and it's just not worth the risk. And a PTU is fine, but you know, I'm still testing, so. A lot of the time with these murder hobos especially, it is just luck of the draw, like timing wise. And just if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. Good to know, though, that fuel is not a thing to worry about when it comes to the pulse. I thought that was going to be a real problem. It's kind of a shame because I would like to have to think about it, but I'm not going to have to. All right, we're almost at this vehicle, which is just probably going to be packed in Jackson's swap. We'll probably see it once we get over this hillside. Both me and Apox Polaris are both a whole patch old. Oh, as in you haven't reclaimed them once. See, that's what I love about it, is that you can survive and exist without needing to reclaim. And eventually, like, getting into the habit of doing that is good, because that's how the game is going to play out, where you won't want to be claiming your ship over and over again. Or we won't be doing it as quick as we do now. Not liking that much. Let's just slow that down a bit so we don't go slamming into a tree. Okay, we're coming up on a couple of vehicles here. Let's see what they are. I don't know if the TAC will be rentable. It might be for Invictus. They often do that kind of thing, but I'm not sure. I can't recall from last year if they made all the new ships rentable. Okay, so that's a Vanguard and an Eclipse. And they're all at this little outpost here. Let's take a look. Interesting little spot, this. A bit of a trek, but perfectly fine to do so. Oh wow, welcome. Yeah, you can see the age and wear. That's what I want to see with my cutlass. My cutter, sorry, is just how it ages over time. We're still not at the mission site. Here, look. These are where you can see, like, it looks like people have come here and done a repair mission already. That's in need of a repair. Plenty to find at these locations. Oh, I just rolled the carpet up like an idiot. It's got its shields on, but it's open, and it weirdly it's got no landing gear, so it looks like someone may have ditched it. Let's just see. Again, it's very unlikely that there will be anything to loot inside these ships, because people are just not bringing stuff in the PTU. No. Does it have? Let me just get everything open. Yeah, if it's open, I mean, this ship is fair game anyway, because the chances of someone... So, the way that I've understood it now is, if you find a vehicle where no owner returns to it within a certain duration of time in an outpost, then it is fair salvage, because you cannot log out inside a settlement. It won't allow you to. So, chances are it's just been ditched.
Plus the fact that the ship disappears when you log out.
Yeah, I'm getting to that bit. And also, if you find a ship out in the open where it is still there and there is no one around for it, chances are it is fair salvage, because when you log out in a ship, it immediately disappears, like in front of your eyes, just disappears. So, from what I understand now, the way to tell if a ship, if you see a ship there, and I will give it a duration of time to see if someone returns to it, and if they don't, then chances are it's fair salvage. That deadbolt, just landed on my head. Can't carry any of these. Not even in a pulse anyway.
Not a lot of loot. It looks like they cut down on it a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just bugged, because even when there is a loot box, I can't open them, so I wonder if there's been a bug with all the loot boxes. Yo, Peanut, how you doing? It's not necessarily my only vehicle. I have a cutter parked over there, 19 kilometers away, that has no components in, and I will return back and log out using my pulse in that cutter. Radderstock, welcome. You already rarely claim too much stuff in the ships to claim for speed. Yeah, absolutely, and it's just going to keep continuing like that to the point where people will favour getting their vehicles repaired or towed versus reclaiming, which in turn will have a knock-on impact for people like myself, because there will be less salvage lying around because people will be claiming their ships before, they'll be towing their ships away, so these ships might not be here. But that's not to say that there won't be some available. I could have dropped the landing gear, but yeah, I didn't. Unfortunately, with these single-seat ships, you can actually get into them because you don't have permission. But does it have an inventory anywhere? Yeah. Nothing in it. Again, in the PU, I'm hoping to find more. Yeah, that's the Eclipse. That's like a stealth torpedo bomber. Yo, Cinco. Yeah, absolutely.
We can't even loot the torpedoes because they're internal.
Yeah, they're sort of stored away, aren't they? We could destroy it eventually, but I don't have anything to destroy it with. Maybe I could shoot it with my pulse, but that might take a while.
Oh, there's an NPC over here with a gun.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of NPCs around with weapons and armor and stuff, but I'm not going to go murdering them for stuff. Not in my nature.
No, it's just they want to shoot us.
Oh, right, yeah. Is there? What, on the floor? Ah, there you go. A gold.
Yeah, right over here.
Well, that's good. That I could sell. Oh, brilliant. Let me go get my thingy. I'll go get my vehicle and put them into storage if possible. Yeah, when it lands, it's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know if I can fit many of these in, though. Yo, Azarinth, welcome. No, you can't log out of a ship that's that you found, unfortunately. Eventually, you won't even need a bed to log out. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. But yeah, I could take these. I could loot as many of these vehicles and these weapons and whatnot. I don't think I can fit many in my pulse. But then take them to Jackson, swap and sell them, make money that way. That's the organic sort of money that I want to make, you know, rather than looting boxes. But we'll see. Old Canadian gamer, how you doing? Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Really enjoying it. How are you doing today? Now, will this even fit in here? Oh, it will, and it only takes up 3%. Wonderful. That means we can get quite a few. Eternal welcome. How you doing? So you see, there is potential here to make money pretty early on without having to loot and you know, boxes and do missions. Like, ideally, I'll just scavenge whatever I can and do it this way. Hello, boys! Come to steal your spare weapons, if you don't mind. Oh, there's a
You
cave.
look like a bad guy.
They all do, don't they? There's a cave here as well. Working as normal. Haven't been playing much. To be fair, I haven't been playing much aside from
There's
streams.
one loot box inside, but only a multi-tool and tractor beam and medical attachment. No salvage or mining.
Well, to be fair, if I was just starting out and I didn't have that, that would be a win, wouldn't it? Any more weapons?
Yeah, can still sell that and trade that in, I guess.
Yeah.
Salvage.
Yeah, I might head off to Jackson's and see if I can sell anything there right now. Yo, Citizen Earth, welcome. Thank you so much. Good to have you. Yeah, you're not the only one, mate. It has been said many times. Yeah, it's a bit of a magic bag of holding, but it's, for now, I'll take it. Alright, where are you, Jacksons? Let's get to the top of these hills and see if I can see it. Because it could be in any direction around here. Thank you so much for the subscription, Eternal. It's very kind of you, my friend. Beers and patty, please. I'm not seeing it. It's close by. What am I seeing over there? Are they NPCs? Careful, I think we've got NPC bounties spawning in. Someone must have taken an NPC mission on and they've just spawned in, maybe over Jackson's. That might be Jackson's where I'm looking at now. Might be a little further on for the time being. What are they doing? Oh boy. Oh, bouncy, bouncy. Alright, let's head over here. I feel like, yeah, the turrets are over here. That's a sign that we're at Jackson's. Let me go and see what I can sell these for. Hopefully a couple of thousand each, which will set me up nicely for food. And as I don't need fuel, I can put them towards getting a multi-tool or something else. See, that's the thing. It's very quick and easy to just make headway, but I suppose needing to buy components really adds to that. But I do one of those missions, like a delivery mission or a, you know, a repair job mission, and you've got yourself a component. Where are they? Oh, they're over here still. Are they just bugging out against the floor or something? They might be slightly beyond Jackson's. And in the PU as well, the frame rate will be a little better because they do a lot of logging in the background for the PTU, which impacts your frame rate. Thank you, Citizen Earth. Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. NPC ships destroyed by players or vice versa. They are fair game for me to salvage. Here's a 400i. Oh, there's plenty of ships around here. Like, so it's hard to determine which of these are fair salvage and which are not. Chances are, with it being PTU, that they're all fair salvage. Maybe one or two they could be owned still. But what I can do is I will, you know, if I came across something like this in the live version of this playthrough, I would just wait and see if anyone returns to their ship. After the duration of time that I've been hanging around at these outposts, if nobody returns, chances are they're fair, because what are they doing otherwise, right? Unless they're off-gridding. And again, you can't log out, so it's not like they've logged out and you're destroying their ship. There's a little Fury here as well, look. That's a nice... Is that a skin, or is that just damaged? I think it's a skin, yeah. So I need to put these weapons in the trade. Not the trade, but you know what I mean. Oh, about the debug tool. Yeah, there's a lot of logging going on which can cause performance hits. Right, let me take one at a time because I can't carry them very much. And what I do is I put it into the local thing. And this is something I can do at sunset and start collecting a few things. Is just putting them in the local storage. And then, you know, anything I do find, I don't have to leave things behind if I don't have to, right? Yeah, broken back door. The chances are, with it being PTU, they're all fair to salvage, just because people, like I say, on the PTU throw away ships, don't they? Because they're testing. But in the main verse, it'll be a little different, but still likely. Right, let's go and see what we can get for these. Yeah, don't blow it up now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when we do get the two-wheeled vehicles. So essentially, I could keep these. Oh, that. If CIG are watching, that, I think, is still a place where you can fall through the planet. So please, 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 please check on this bit. I know they were asking for people to point out anywhere specific where it would happen. Rent a room. Yeah, I feel like that's something they would plan to do, actually. I've thought about that and all. So, can I sell them? I can. Can't sell that one, so I'll keep that one. But this one, there we are. We've got a bit of cash. More than I should have had. I started with nothing, so I don't know where I got any money from. But, yeah, so now I've got some cash. I can get some food. I can get some drink. I can technically buy a multi-tool. I can probably buy the full salvage suite. Can't buy that, unfortunately. But it's, you know, you can see how it's going to flow. Let me see if I can get any of these components out of these vehicles and sell them. I would love to know if that's possible. I'd have to use the freight elevator, but it should be doable. I'm getting really good at it. I'm getting there. It's there's still a lot of it. In fact, the majority of what the off-grid Zero to Hero stuff is just knowing what... knowing what to avoid. Oh, man. CIG, are you watching by any chance? Thing is, back in... I can't remember what patch it was, but they said that... I think it might have been 4.0. You know, when everyone was falling through the planet. They said, if there is anywhere that you fall through the planet, specify and let them know. Because... it feels like they're trying to fix. Jackson's Swap seems to be a bit of a problem site. Like I said, that warehouse, I think you will fall through there as well if you get caught off guard. Sentinel, how you doing? Just got a retaliator, but the missiles are empty. Oh yeah, I think you need to. Ooh, that'll be pricey. Yo, Dead Sky. No, not yet. Major Dave, welcome. Pure Stone, welcome. Daniel Angel, welcome. NMST, welcome. Yes, getting the Cyclone and driving. Oh, that was an old series, wasn't it? Driving back and forth to that cave. That was a lot of fun, was that? That's where I really started to appreciate the small bits of the planet and not just seeing it from above. It could be bad shaders. It could be anything. I think a lot of it could just be... areas of planets that have been left and marked. Can I get a lift, guys? I'm just going to nip to the loo, but could you come and give me a lift? Like, I'm hoping when it goes live, that sort of stuff isn't going to happen, because that's one of the biggest off-puts of doing these kinds of series. And that's why I haven't done one in recent times, because every time I went in to test, if a off-grid zero-to-hero thing was possible, that would happen. Yo, Hatoro, welcome. S7. I think I found the hole, yeah. Guarantee it was exactly as I was saying, what we need to avoid. Planet 1, round 0. Yup. Yeah, using the outposts as motels and things. Absolutely. I think the idea being is that you will be able to do the afternoon, where you will be able to, you know, pay for a room or pay for a bed, provided you have reputation with them and you're welcome there. Hang on a minute, we've gone the wrong way. Yo, Hybrid, good afternoon. They do shield. CIG watch streams, they watch videos, they watch a lot of stuff. They, you know, scour Spectrum, they scour Reddit for bugs, problems, hot topics. A lot of the devs do that. We've had CIG in my stream a few times. In fact, Winterfrost is, although they're not an actual employee of CIG, they are a freelancer who helps test builds and bug fixes and, you know, does specific reports for them. So there is plenty of people that do it. Are you guys all right to come and pick me up somewhere? I'm not sure where though. Should have a look what the ship dealer has to offer. Yeah, I've seen inflatable tents. I'm a bit like, I don't know. I saw Kent Survival using one and it deflated, but that was probably a really cheap one. Wonder if that would work. Well, that fits in a cutter, I think, doesn't it? 75 grand. But the thing is, the difference between wheeled and hover bikes is that hover bikes tend to scoot across the surface a lot better than wheeled vehicles. Wheeled vehicles are going to be a lot more difficult to navigate because you've got terrain that you might not be able to get up. Gumbo, how you doing? I'm just going to go for a pee. Ferk, welcome. Yeah, hate it when you pitch a tent and it suddenly deflates. It's a man problem. Sure, we've all been there, especially after a few pints. You have blown up a dragonfly, not a pulse. Oh, really? Okay. I have certainly blown up a few pulse in my time. And I'm sure I'll blow up a few more. Oops. You're in your hangar. Nice one. I'll come and see you. Look out for that hole! It won't be the first time people have heard me peeing. If I leave the doors open, the sound does travel. Yo, Nactic, how you doing? What happened? You've been into prison for 12 hours, and now you're headless. Oh, mate, I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry. That looked kind of cool. All right, mate, I'm on board. Thank you, sir. If you could take us to Jackson's, please. I'll try and avoid that spot and see, sort of carry on from where we were. Are you hearing me on party?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, good.
If you want a great view, you can take the back seat. George.
Already on it. Whee! Yo, Alakai, how you doing? Just emptied an entire OLP. Nice. I fell through the planet, APOC. Yeah, the planet got hungry. Yeah, you just missed it, Nactic. I was just walking around the planet side location and fell through. But saying that, I am on the PTU, so hopefully that doesn't transition over to the PU. No water. We do need a stack haul. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think Nyx will be when it comes out? I'm curious. So it's going to be, I would say, kind of a mix between Pyro and Stanton. It's essentially a nullsec location, so it's not governed by the UEE. You know, there's no law there, but it's not a system owned and operated by gangs, or run by gangs who are warring all the time. There is civilians and citizens who live out in Nyx, so there's probably going to be their own security forces out there, but it's just not under the UEE purview. But that said, we also know that Nyx will have Vanduul raiding parties coming from, was it Virgil? I think it borders. So, with that in mind, although that's probably going to start out as, I suppose, just gameplay and events for players to take part in, both dynamic, missions and just organically having to repel them, I wouldn't be surprised if that continues on in terms of the lore, like the LORE that the Vanduul are raiding this Nyx system. Then we would probably start to see more of a military presence in the area. Whether the UEE would determine it to be under the UEE governance is unlikely, but I think we will start to see more of a militarized presence there as time goes on. Why not steal the ships you come across and salvage them and then sell the RMC or use it for repair jobs? I will. I absolutely will, Rex. Welcome, by the way, mate. I just need I need to firstly purchase a tool to do so, canisters to fill up, but I will absolutely do that. And then, like you say, either sell it or use it for repair jobs. I'll even offer my services to other players if they need ships and things repairing. Yeah, apparently a spelling clasher can have you losing your head, Remote. Oh, Trouble Magnet, how you doing? Isn't ammo repooling a thing? No, it is. Yeah, Stevie. Yeah, left alt and 1, and then you start repooling it. Yeah, crafting is going to be a real cool part, especially if, for example, I think crafting is going to involve using these fabricators. So technically I could find a fabricator, put it in the back of my cutter if it's right size, and then keep filling that up and crafting from the outside of my ship, from inside my ship, and selling stuff. Yeah. There's where I am, I don't tend to find many of the tools, probably quite a few, and canisters not so much, but you can buy them. What do you think will be the big thing in 4.2? Probably a little too early to guess, because I don't know exactly. Well, let's just have a look. Hang on. So I think charge and drain we might see that come along, which should encourage a lot more mission types if it doesn't come beforehand. Which could also see batteries. Hopefully, by this point we will see things like engineering start to roll out in some fashion, or at least for testing purposes, anyway. But other than that, what else is coming to a close? I mean, the radar and signature system, I would hope to think, will be around that time. Yeah, as I say, engineering might start to roll out. FPS radar scanners, the new ship radar scanners. Yep. Just farted out a flare. Thank you, Deacon. I'll be out in a minute. A lot more missions, definitely. But other than that, it is very hard to tell, because I'm not entirely sure exactly what they're prioritizing outside of bug fixing, quality of life, stability, and content. We may even see, cheers mate, things like the Valakar, the proper Valakar, and the missions for that as well. Other creatures, definitely. But yeah, I don't know what else we would see in terms of bigger features. Thanks, mate. I'm out. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Technically, I should have kept my... I did. Hey!
What's your stuff?
I'll try. Flippin' heck. So none of those have physical components. There's a thing down here. Yo, The Long Dark, how you doing? I love that game. Such a great game is The Long Dark. It's gotta... What's that? Or Star Citizen whore. I am a Star Citizen whore. I have been for the last 12 years. And I don't mind. What I would like to see is if I can... Is this thingy still here? There it is. Can I get into this and open it up? That would be great, but I don't think I can. No. I mean, what I could try and do is blow it up with other ships here. Let's just see if I can do that. Otherwise, we'll get Deacon to do it and see if this works. See if any of these are open. Must have been good. Welcome back. Easy Flips, welcome. Just hope they add some filters to the mission board. Yeah, I think improving the whole mission system as a whole is something that they are doing a lot this year with dynamic missions, the mission system refactor. That is definitely one of their priorities right now. Oh, if I can get in there, let me just... here's some cargo, actually. Contracted carbon. Is that...
How dirty that Hornet is. That Super Hornet.
Yeah, that must have been there a while. Let me try and use this to get into this cutlass. I think it's still going to be too high to get in. Yeah, alright, never mind. Just move that out of the way. But yeah, you can tell that this cutlass has been here a while. As Deacon was saying, look how much it's aged. It's looking old and grubby. Hey, yep. Apox blowing stuff up. What else have we got around here? There's probably a lot of other vehicles. If anyone could just destroy that Fury for me, if you can see it, just pop it. Let me see if I can take any of the things from it. Yeah, there looks like there's going to be quite a few vehicles coming, Sinkhole. I'm sure they will catch the eye of many of us. This dude's suddenly freaking out. Oh, there's a... What's this? Is it a C1? So that cargo, I could essentially lower that into my own inventory here. This has been destroyed. I could lower it and then that would be mine. I'll still need to find a way of selling it, but someone might be interested in it. You think the Apollo could be because of the medevac one? It certainly could be. There's definitely a potential there. Ah, this has physical components. Let's take these and see if we can lower them down and sell them. I don't know what components they'll buy at this place, though. Yes, I think what will happen is, in terms of, like... So what will probably happen is, after a certain duration of time, ships will become marked as salvageable. Like you say, Chris. It'll generate a contract to salvage it, or recover it, or recover the black box. This will probably be all tied into the insurance and warranty and so forth, where you can make money by working for insurance companies by going and recovering ships that have been lost, or cargo or items that have been lost. That's not the lift, is it? That should be fine there. I just need to sort out this rug. There we are. Oh, don't do this. Stupid elevator. Yo, Mike Comedies, welcome. Does vehicle medbed respawn work in this patch? I haven't tried it on the PTU, I'm afraid. Oh, there we go. I have not tried it, mate. Oh, yeah, not vehicle medbeds, sorry. Is it rentable in 411? I don't know. I haven't checked. It's just a random missile torpedo launching away there. Sun setting. That's kind of like, that's a full day now. Full day of work coming to a close. Technically, I would need to be thinking about making tracks back to my ship. Saying that it's more dependent on just my recording schedule. Yo, Cypher, how you doing? Oh, no, I think the elevators are still being problematic. I think because I ran away, actually. Let's just kind of stay put. Ah, yeah, here it comes. Okay. Oh, no, did that one disappear? I had it too close to it. Damn it, did it fall in? Ah, it disappeared. It must have cooled away. See, these don't seem to be clamping. There's definitely something wrong with the way these things clamp to grids. Oh, that one looks like it might have done it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Phew. You want to see towing missions? Yes, absolutely. Oh, I've got... That's weird. That one just automatically went into my inventory. How strange. Let me just stay here and watch it go down. Medical gowns. What, as in like the... I suppose once tier 0 of this looting thing goes away, they'll come back. Is it 1080p or 1440? What's that, Russ? Yo, Joshua, how you doing? Hopefully, it's not necessarily that those ships become purchasable in-game when there's like Fleet Week. It's based on the ships that released previously. The shader is so weird right now. For example, ships that released to buy last time should become purchasable with this patch.
Ryan, you got?
Yeah, mate.
There's a combo light and the tubes in this box over.
Oh, and looting's working. Excellent. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, so... Oops, didn't want to do that.
And the Vanguard is open. I opened.
Nice. Okay, thank you. So there's... Thank you, mate. Nice. So that was a good find. I could borrow those and use them, technically. I'll still figure out whether I want to do that or not. That, I think, is a fall down. Akubis, thank you so much for the follow. And the Long Dark, thank you for the follow as well. Right, let's see if I can sell those components. I really hope so, because that's a great way of making money. At the minute, the tractor beam turns off when... Oh, sorry, you're talking to Stevie. So, Jackson swap. No. Components are not popping up. That's a real shame. I can sell these bits, but yeah, that's a real shame, that. So I won't be able to sell components. But I can use them, and I can probably sell them on to other people if they are of interest to others. But you can see them all in here. Oh, maybe not. What on earth?
They're different.
Maybe they're not showing up anymore. How strange. Yeah, they seem to have disappeared, to be fair. I don't think they're actually showing in my inventory anymore. Crafting materials or medical gowns, yeah.
Because we still have 2 different inventory systems.
I was in one for ship
We have
stuff.
issues syncing up.
Ah.
No, it's because you remember we got that whole new inventory UI.
Yeah.
And they reverted it backwards.
Yeah.
So now we have the freight elevator inventory and the old inventory system.
Oh, so they're actually
and
separate.
They aren't compatible very well.
How annoying.
Yeah,
How annoying. Did that
so
vulture
they
just
don't
arrive?
always sync up.
Oh, fair enough. So yeah, so they should still be in here. We were discussing the SRV. They need to fix it for towing to be viable with it, and a larger variant is needed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. Do you mean the towing as in like through quantum travel and whatnot?
If you see them here, try pull them up and then down.
Yeah, I'll give it a go once the freight elevator wants to work again. There we go. But yeah, you know, the SRV...
What do we have here, Mr. Vulture?
Who is it? No message of the day. Am I hearing gunfire?
No gunfire, it's just...
Okay. Phew.
Hello.
Yeah, PTU, Akubis. Yeah, long distance tows, absolutely. I wonder if that's more of a an issue with server meshing, so allowing it to transition from shard to shard, or you know, hopefully that's something they can get sorted soonish, and then start rolling out missions for the SRV. That would be cool. It would be great as well if they had the option for like a salvage yard or you know, something like that where you could tow them to. They're coming up now. They see them.
Yep, they're up. You can pull
All right.
them back.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm hearing gunfire. Is someone inside shooting at people?
I don't hear anything.
I could buy a badass laptop for 4K editing. I could. But I could also buy myself a much better PC so that I could play Star Citizen and edit and stream and do everything I need to do. A laptop is...
I think APAC is blowing up ships.
Oh, is it APOC? Is this a player down there, or is that... No, it's an NPC.
Yeah, look up there. He's playing Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, a laptop... I'm sure there are laptops out there that can do, you know, what Star Citizen needs, but firstly, future-proofing them is not as good as future-proofing a
That Vulture
desktop.
is owned, APAC.
And I need to be able to play and edit both Star Citizen and other videos. It's a desktop is a must. No, not just for editing. It's to replace this one. Hello, mate. Yeah, there's someone here, I think, who owns that APOC. Aha! They're there now. Nice one, Deacon. I can see the components now. Let's see if we can sell them.
Yeah, it's a weird little decent thing.
Yeah, exactly, Kemi. It's a brand new PC to do what I'm doing already with this PC and then turning this one into a stream machine. Hence the price. You know, it needs to be able to do a lot. Nah, it's not working still.
Maybe they simply don't want to buy them here.
It could be. It might be. So if you've got time, let's try and move them into your Corsair and take them to Sunset and see if I can sell them there. I get the impression it's going to be the same result, but you never know. Oh.
Because it would make sense that they only buy the brands they already have.
Yes, true, true. Well, thankfully, I have a member of the channel who is donating their actual 4090, so there is no need to spend on a GPU. Oh my god, what have you done to that ship? What have you done to that ship, APOC? Oh, I need to get my pulse. Yeah, nice one. I'll pull up the components and then I'll go and get my pulse. Message of the day. We're assessing a 4.1.1 PTU build for release to all waves to date. Thank you so much. I actually thought it was already... so annoying. What's it doing? Open to all. Yeah, no, it's. I'm absolutely grateful to Tengu for being able to send me, you know, once he gets himself a 50 series card, shipping that over for free. That is above and beyond. Like, it would have been a whole different story having to get a GPU as well. Oh, so it didn't make it to Open PTU. Thank you, Ramoin. I was wondering, if you buy a pack and it says self-land hangar, what happens if you spawn in a place? You will just get the... whatever hangar is designed is styled for that location. Eventually, when we can buy and rent and upgrade our hangars, we will be able to do so at any location. So, for example, it won't just be Lorville that have self-land. You'll be able to buy a self-land hangar at a different location if you wanted to. It's just that's all that's available there at this time. Because they're sort of using those different styled hangars to sell the style of the location, if that makes sense. Oh, frame rate's just suddenly depleted. Hello, mate. How you doing? You're right, bud. What's he doing? Suddenly we are stuck with 12 FPS for some reason. And not as in like they self-land, as in the style. We have self-land, Revel and York, that kind of thing. Just gonna go get my pulse. I don't know if that guy has gone on board or not. I don't see him anywhere. But yeah, the originally it was.
He was sitting in a plant.
Oh. Yeah, it's not like you can actually have automatic landing by holding down I think the N button, isn't it? But yeah, they're not actually self-land. It's just a brand or a manufacturer in the game. Hang on, Deke. Hang on, I'm coming in.
Yeah, he was about to go inside.
Oh, I see. Well, I should be able to get in, whereas he can't. Alright, I'm in. Nice one. Look at me. What a dude. I know what's happening. The next Threadripper will have an X3D. Blimey. That might be a little overkill. Will the Ursa Medevac fit in the Corsair? Yeah, it should do. The normal Ursa does, so I think the Ursa Medevac is pretty much the same size, isn't it? So yeah, all waves today. So yeah, I suspect by the end of this week, I think what they'll do is they'll take this week to maybe start bringing in some more of the testing focus, hot fix, bug fix, do whatever they can to solidify what we have now and fix whatever else they can do, and then release it to live by say Friday, and then in the next few days open up a PTU for 4.1.2, and that will be the Invictus patch. When you're on the bike, if you open all the doors on the bike, does it turn into a mech suit? Yes. It certainly does. Like that might give me some actual protection while driving. That's so cool. Never thought about doing that. I don't think it'll be a 4.1.1A. They haven't done that in a long while, and I don't think they'll do that. Don't forget, I mean, they could, but Invictus is towards the end of next month. It's like halfway through, right? So, I feel like they'll just use another 4.1.2 patch to push out for Invictus. But they could do a 0.1. I mean, an A. I don't know. The last rumour you heard was Nvidia are already planning a 24 gig 5080 Super. That doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Well, that's just... I have a button that's just the components slots, Sandman. I'm just pressing the button that opens all, and it opens all the component slots. And then close all. You can go around and individually open them and shut them, if you wanted, you know. Yeah, 15th to the 27th. $1,500 what, for the Nvidia 5080 Super? So I guess, is it the 5080 is the equivalent of a 40... Well, the 4090 is slightly better than a 5080, so I assume the 5080 Super will be better than the 4090. Now, if I get the 4090 and it's plausible to sell that, which Tengu said that I could do, and then get the 5080, that might be a good option. But it's probably not going to be necessary. It really depends on whether the 5080 Super has a lot more to it that is worth upgrading for. Can't turn. Let's just back it out. And then we'll get the... Oh, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. That doesn't look good, does it? Oh, boy, what's going on? We have a player in something 373 kilometers away. Right, let me try and just see about getting these into the elevator. The flipping frame rate here is atrocious for some reason. It's affecting the tractor beam. Come on. Come on, forwards. There we go. Jesus. Whoa. Oh, the 50 series, 5080 is a rumor, is it? Fair enough. Sounds plausible. Yo, Thule. Yeah, the 3080 is great. It does me proud. And if I get the free 4090, then I'll put that this 3080 will be for my stream machine, which is way overkill for what I'll need for a stream machine. But that should certainly keep me going for a good long time. Okay, that's clamped. That's not yet clamped. That one doesn't seem to want to. Yeah, it's not doing what I need it to, but I'm hoping... We've got that clamped, so at least let's just test this anyway and see if we can lower this. Are we at... Where are we? Is this Sunset Mesa? Just reload. That seems to have to do it twice for it to work. Alright, it's registered them all there. So let's lower that and see if we can get them all in and then see about selling it. Yeah, I mean, NVIDIA have clearly priced themselves accordingly to make dough. Way overpriced for graphics cards. Which is why I'm happy about seeing... Is it Intel that are doing graphics cards or someone else similar? Which should hopefully encourage a bit more competition. Alright, where's the shop around here? There. Let's see if this works. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. I don't even see what name that says. Bear with me a second, because it's not showing me your name yet. For some reason. Okay, let me try and lower them and bring them back up again. Why can't I see the name of who just donated there? Thank you so much. Ah, the Magnus Initiative. Thank you, sir, for the 10 Canadian dollars. Much appreciated. Have some love. It just showed me the ma. That's all I can see. Thank you so much. Beers and putty, please. In fact, let's get some out in chat as well. There you are. Yeah, maybe if we rise this up and then lower it again, it might register it more. Let me just check the actual inventory first. Well, is it Intel that has started to work on cards? We just need competition. They're just, you know, with NVIDIA monopolizing the whole GPU market, they technically charge what they want and get away with it. So, you know, the more competition, the more... even if it's just, you know, entry-level cards, it's still good. Yeah, I'm not surprised warning away from the 50 series. They're just overpriced for what you get. But again, there needs to be that competition to drive that price down. Oh, do they donut from AI? Well, that's sucky. Oh, are they not? They're not continuing to make them. Oh, man. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. Ah, damn it. I should have brought them up and then brought them down again. Yeah. Thing is, AMD's GPUs aren't quite up to the same performance, but price to performance with the 50 series cards, AMD's are probably a lot better off at price to performance, just because of how overpriced the Nvidia cards are. No, I don't. I'm literally talking about them now, Donut. It's in terms of ability, in terms of the cards, Nvidia do obviously succeed beyond AMD's graphics cards. But like I say, price to performance, it will probably make a lot more sense to go AMD. Is that working? Oh, I see. I need to lower it again.
Did you break it?
Probably. I think we've figured it. Hang on.
These are a bit sensitive.
China literally has more 50 cards. Why? For AI stuff. Okay, now let's just pull that over there. Pull that over there, and pull that over there. And then raise it up, and then lower it down. Right, I see. So AMD just focus on the entry-level stuff. Okay, and now if we lower it down again, hopefully. I'll just stay here and let this fulfill its role, and then we'll see if we can sell them. But I don't think it's going to work. At the end of the day, there's still plenty of ways to make money beyond taking these components. My best bet with these components will be to sell them to players if possible. Like, still store them, still throw them into my inventory. And then when a player comes along, I can say to them, you know, I've got these if you would like them. Make me an offer and I'll sell them for you. Let's just check that they're actually in the inventory. Yeah, okay, they're there, they're visible, but they're not there. No luck. But still, selling to players, I think we'll be fine there.
Although I think that little shop is like just FPS gear. I don't know if there's a component shop here too.
Oh yeah, you can buy components from here. Another one up where the sort of replaces. Yeah, this is all the same stuff. Yeah, you've got some components here, but I guess it might be the same thing. Oh, maybe it's because they're default, actually. That would make more sense. If they're stock items, they won't sell, will they? You don't have any unstock, do you, inside your cutter by any chance? I mean, no, of course.
Nope.
I wonder if I buy a component and then see if I can sell it again. Could you send me 30k? Or, yeah, let's just... Or 20k, something. I'll just buy a single component. Let's see if that works. We are suffering. It's 41 degrees. Thank you, mate. Lovely, lovely. Let's see. Because it might just be that if we find, you know, upgraded components, So the quick cool. Let's just buy that. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. 302. Yeah, so I can sell the quick cool, which I paid 19,000 for, and I can sell it for 302. I think non-stock ones will sell. I feel like they might buy them, but they might not give me the best price. Day after starcitizen leaves alpha. Nvidia 15,080. Yo, Thomas Horton. And the new and card is right up there with the 46. Watch this, sorry. Oh, anyway, I think that's about it for today. We've learnt quite a few bits. Let me just go driving off on my pulse, see if I can get back to my thingy before the end of the stream. My cutter is over there. Still got the marker for it, even though I have jumped in and out of different mules, which it looks like, regardless of which... I mean, I don't know if... You know, I've been inside the cutter... the Corsair. Usually, it would be whatever vehicle you get into, it tells you where that marker is, but nothing else. There's Mighty Steed. Whereas now, it seems to continuously focus and tell you where your ships are, so you can always find them. I don't know what range they will, you know, disappear, like the marker will disappear, but it's not like it used to be where you could completely lose sight of where your ship is, especially not at this range. If I went maybe over 20 kilometers, maybe so. But for, you know, maybe beyond 20. But for this, it always points me back to where my pulse and my cutter is, which I assume is just now, it's mostly tied to the vehicles you own more than anything else. So we should have no problem getting back and forth. Plus, we don't have to worry about fuel, which is a bit of a shame. I was really hoping that I'd have to keep buying fuel. But yeah, the Pulse has... I guess all ground vehicles maybe have infinite fuel. For now. Big Cat, how you doing? On live, I was seeing a C1 I used to go back to a crash site hours later after changing ship several times. Oh, as in it was still marking for you. Was that on... Is that on live? Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I don't know when that came in or that changed, but that's handy. Is that a reclaimer over here? When did that come in? So yeah, I think we're set for a pretty decent off-grid series there, I feel, with being able to loot stuff and gather what I can. Oh, that's upside down. That's dead. Dead. That's interesting. Can't really do much with it. Dead. It's not even saying, you know, that it's owned or friendly. But no, I'm looking forward to this series. It's mostly going to be focusing on the organic stuff. So whatever I can loot. Every day I'll wake up in my cutter, I'll drive to these locations, see what ships are lying around, what people have left, you know, based on whatever's happened. And then sort of loot from those, salvage what I can, earn my way up to all the tools, the weaponry, the armor, the backpacks, the components. It really shouldn't take long to get to a decent standard, but I take my time over this stuff. I don't want to rush it. I enjoy the process. Yeah, I did Talos. Was it a Jackson swap by any chance? Or were you at a different place altogether? Already today on the PTU, mind. Hopefully it doesn't transition over to the PU, but yeah, I fell through the planet at Jackson's. There seems to be a couple of spots at Jackson's that may cause, you know, gaps. Which is very annoying. But the cutter is up here. And it hasn't got its components in, because I can't actually put the components in, which is a bit of a concern. I feel like that's just a bug that they will hopefully fix before it goes live, because I can't be the only ones that have noticed this. I'll check the issue council, but yeah, I'm unable to put components back into ships once I've taken them out. Yo, mind-numbing, how you doing? Good evening. Yeah, I think the reason why Tengu hasn't been able to send me his 4090 yet is because he is unable to get hold of a 50 series card. He said once I get one, I'll send it your way, and you know, I think he's still. Why is the landing gear not down? I think he's still trying to get hold of one. But yeah, there's no fitting components right now. Like I say, I got rid of my Intrepid for this series because I thought it was a bug only for the Intrepid where it wouldn't accept these back in. But you know, this is I would probably class it as a blocker, where if you take a component out of your ship, you can't put it back in again. I would certainly class that as a blocker for 411, and I don't know if they're fully aware of it yet. Oh, in Checkmate. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You took the Intrepid component out on live yesterday. And... Oh, really? So it's happening on live as well, Andrew? That's weird. Did they fix it so you can put components... Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about, Jim. Hello? Oh, hello?
It's working on the Corsair.
What, as in you can put the components back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan, Big. On my way. Yeah, exactly. The fact that they're like 3,000, it's a joke. The same happened when I was building this last one. AI just scalpers and whatnot got hold of it all. Oh wait, you mean it's not accepting it? Oh, okay, hang on. Let me try one. Let me try it. Oh yeah. Yeah, yours is working fine. Try it on mine. See if you tried it earlier, didn't you? And you couldn't do it.
No, I don't think I tried, but...
Oh, give it a go then, yeah. Yo, Coda, how you doing? There used to be a bug with the jump drive in early 4.0 builds where if you took it out, it would break. Well, since then, they've brought in the jump drive with the quantum drive, haven't they? It's like a double thing. Let me go see about opening the ports again and see if it says anything. How you doing, Coda? Nice to see you, mate. Are you well? Are you jumping back in anytime soon?
Now, what is what here? That is cool, huh?
Not going in, is it? Yeah, ports are so ports are unlocked. Saying it's unlocked. Six hours in the clink for an accidental trespass.
Definitely did something, because it used to be a lot easier.
Oh boy. Well, I found the same with the Intrepid, where it just would not... It won't even acknowledge that it belongs in that slot or anywhere. So I think it might just be certain ships are suffering. But yeah, the minute you take it out, you can't put it back in again. I don't know if other salvaged ones work, but yeah. Here, let's swap sides. But yeah, it's a bit of a problem. It could just be because they're messing around so much with engineering. I mean, it's in there, look.
Yeah, it doesn't want to do it at all on the cutter. Not at all.
Yeah, same with the Intrepid. Same problem. So strange. Are you having a go, Apoc? You haven't even got a multi-tool, have you? I don't think.
There's a bug.
Well, I'm going to log out now, guys. Thank you for helping me test all this stuff. Hopefully this can get fixed soon. But I will see you all soon. By log out, I just mean... In fact, let me log out here. There's going to be a new batch tonight anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But technically, you know, if they can get it fixed by the time I can afford the component, that would be nice. Yeah, exactly, Jim. I mean, that's the plan when engineering comes along, being able to carry extras. Oh, it's not landed. For some reason, the landing is fine. The landing gear got retracted for some reason. Hopefully, that doesn't become a problem when I'm off-gridding. Anyway, we've learnt quite a bit there with off-grid series. The Pulse doesn't run out of fuel, so I never need to replace the fuel or replenish the fuel. The components so far can't be brought back in again, but that's fine because it'll take me some time to get those components. Hopefully in that space of time they can fix that issue. I can loot weapons and items and sell those. Can't sell components, maybe non-default ones I could. Not sure if I'm going to get much for it. And also, most importantly, the range of detection for a cutter without components in a Polaris, which is probably the best of all radars, is it? Or scanners, is 4.8 kilometers. So provided I am technically within a distance where people coming and going are not going to detect me, I still need to make sure that I'm a bit further out, because anyone coming from any angle could potentially see me if they're flying right overhead. Oh yeah, we didn't test the Karak, did we? Yeah, you're more than welcome, guys. Thank you so much, Damage. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Is me? I will be back on Wednesday. It's Monday. It feels like a Friday for some reason. Hopefully I'll have a better night's sleep and I'll be able to think more about what I'm doing. New build tonight for 411. Opening it up to everybody. Chances are tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, they may push it to live. Maybe not tonight, but, you know, if all goes well, they might say, oh, well, I doubt it. They'll want to keep it in for a little longer, won't they? I think by the end of the week, we could be seeing it go live. That's my expectation, anyway. But yeah, other than that, we've got This Week in Star Citizen to tell us what's going on. We've got the Invictus launch week. One of the ships from Invictus launch week ship. What's it called? The new show now? It's not Inside Star Citizen. It's inside the ships. Yeah, the new raft. That's a really good quality of life update there. Not the new raft, but the updated raft. Yeah, I'll see you all. Let's pass it on to somebody else. Let's see who's live right now. What we got? We've got Expat Brat, who is playing Star Citizen. So let's pass it her way. Behind the ships. Is that what it's called? Not only did I spawn in the correct medbed, but also they finally fixed the medbeds not updating where you set your spawn. Happy to hear that, Apoc. Thank you, mate. That has been a nightmare for a lot of people. Yeah, thank you for testing that and letting me know. That is very important information. So, you do spawn in the correct medbed. Your medbed updates where you set your spawn to in 411. Hopefully that'll carry over into live as well. But we'll see. See what goes on. Now, Astro Monkey, thank you so much for the follow. This is my end screen. Have a great evening, whatever it is you get up to, and I will see you all on Wednesday. We might get back to the off-grid in the live and do some trading outposts again. We'll see what the new PTUs bring, but yeah, I think so. David, how you doing? Apologies, mate. I'm just going. Do enjoy Expat stream, and I will see you all soon. Much love. Bye-bye.